Recording in progress. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Vampire London 1999 again. So in our previous episode, I believe, now just to be clear, who was Luke? You were not present in the last episode, were you?
No, I wasn't here last
time.
Okay,
no. So there's going to be some interesting business. Let's start this way. Luke, wait a minute. Dr. Shipman. It's been the middle of the evening and you've been doing stuff. I don't know what stuff that is. That's up to you. And somewhere around about 1:30, your phone rings.
I'll just answer it, but I'm not going to say anything.
Dr. Shipman, is that you? Have I got the right number? Who is this? Answer the goddamn phone, motherfucker.
Yes, this is Dr. Shipman. How can I help?
This is Tatiana. I want to know where you are right now.
I'm at my hospital.
Right. Well, you need to get your ass to this location. I'm going to text you some information. You need to get there immediately.
Okay. I'm going to hop in my hearse.
Right.
And drive there.
Very good.
Not an ambulance.
Do you
no ambulance this time.
The location that gets
not allowed
texted
ambulances
to you
anymore.
The location that is sent to you is in fact a prison. It's one of the main men's prisons. It's a high security prison in the municipality of London.
Okay.
And you're going to drive there yourself.
Yep.
Okay. So when you get there, your phone rings again, and cutting a long story short, Tatiana's retainer, somebody with a Russian accent who introduces himself as Dmitry, tells you that he needs you to be at the H entrance at this time, and he will meet you there, which he does. And further cutting a long story short, you are then ushered into a waiting room where you find a number of police guards, basically, it's not just a waiting room. They take you into a small theater, like a lecture theater. A very strange thing to have at a prison, perhaps, but it apparently seems to be a kind of behind the scenes where they do their debriefings and things for the police and for the officers that work here. And there's like a projector and stuff on the ceiling, and you find Tatiana is there. She looks up at you as you come in and she nods. She's clearly busy talking to other people on her phone right now. She's listening to someone giving her instructions. At that point, everybody else is ushered in through a side door, a large wooden paneled side door into this room. In fact, I'll tell you what, this room is not just a lecture theater. It is also a place where they make summary hearings, and it's where they do like court proceedings for probation and stuff like that. So they have like meetings where they bring together witnesses and judges and lawyers and so on. So clearly that's what this room is also used for. Okay, at that point, so everybody else is then ushered in by a bunch of troopers wearing fucking riot gear who just rescued you from the heart of this prison riot.
What's up, Doc?
You see the doctor
Hello,
there.
Why are you here?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Why don't you guys fill me in as to what's been happening
Hello,
here?
Shipman.
Prison riot.
Oh,
Yep.
nothing unusual then.
Yep. Field trip gone awry, and now we're in a proceedings room.
Oh, and Tatiana has one of her retainers take Catherine out of the room.
Okay.
Catherine, I mean Tanya. You know what I mean. All these names to keep track of. Finally, Tatiana turns around to you, puts down her phone, and she goes, okay, now you tell me what happened. What's going on here? Why is there a fucking riot?
That's a very good question.
What are you doing in this prison in the middle of the night?
Should I?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Benjamin told me that if I paid a certain amount of money, then I would be able to have a me and everyone else would be able to have a chat. To
Sorry, stop. Who the fuck is Benjamin?
Benjamin is my sire's retainer.
Okay.
Right. So yeah, he said he could get us in to have a chat to Lionel Bowen, the gentleman I told you about.
Right.
And we've had that. It's just during that, actually, after we had done talking with him, then all this shit started happening. We could only speculate, really. But once it's gone down.
Okay, so you were here because you have come here to visit this dude in jail in the middle of the night. Okay. Is there anything else to this? Is this got anything to do with the Sabbat? Has this got anything to do with any other intrigue here?
Not that I'm aware of.
Because when you called me, that's what I assumed, right? Because we've had blood stolen, we've had this incident. I've honestly, there's like 40 vampires that I'm aware of that live in the city, not including the elders, that every day they pass the night without incident. But you guys seem to have some kind of issue every fucking other day.
Just seems to be today, to be honest, or tonight. What a fucking mess.
Pretty sure there's some corruption going on in the government, but otherwise.
Can you handle that?
Handle what?
The fact that Kit had a vision of on a bit of evidence of a detective planting false evidence.
Who is this guy to you?
Oh, Lionel?
Yeah.
It would be murderer.
Exactly.
Okay. So you are doing this guy a favor. Is that what you're doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you want me to look into police evidence and some kind of setup?
Corruption.
I thought this would be up your alley or of interest to you.
I am a busy person. She turns around. She says, Dimitri, come here. And this tall, tough-looking dude comes over. He's wearing body armor, and he looks like a thug with very expensive thug tools. He comes across to you guys. What can I do for you? She says, I want you to help these nice people track down some kind of source of corruption here. This guy is being apparently persecuted by somebody or another. I don't know. Yes, all right, I can do this. I help. I'm not sure what, but yes, of course.
Thank you.
She's like, all right, now is there anything else here? You just want to get out of here now?
Yes, please.
I do want to talk to Ikina, and that's probably the last thing. But I need to make a phone call to Thracius first.
Very well. I'll be here for another 10 minutes. After that, we're all out of here.
All right.
You're those lawyers, they're in the other room. I'm holding them there right now.
Oh, yeah.
Don't worry, I'm going to fix the problems.
Cool. Good idea. Because
So good.
might have had to use some non-conforming abilities to make sure we didn't die.
Good to tell me these things now.
That and Alexis was yelling steak, steak, steak. I was inside the room. The door was blown out.
Didn't see any of that. We kept the lawyers away from the majority of the action, but just they might have seen or heard.
There might have been a
something.
frenzying vampire.
They didn't see that though. That was in a different room. That was away from them. That was fine.
Barry,
No one died.
Press to talk.
To be fair, she was in another room completely, so I do not think they saw anything. of her frenzy. And we pretty much had it, how you say, under control.
Oh, and Luke Barry's playing Philippe Gratiano tonight.
Okay.
So-
So that
Oh.
doesn't sound like Bishop.
Right.
By
so,
the way,
so-
Doc, this is my clanmate, Philippe.
It is
Hello.
pleasure to meet you. I come from Milano. You know, Milano? Milan, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nice to
come
meet
from-
you, Felipe.
He's
Good
an
to meet
artist.
you too.
all right. And Tatiana says, have you met the prince yet? She says to Philippe.
I just arrived tonight, pretty much.
Tonight.
Pretty much.
Well, you have 72 hours then.
Oh no, I am aware, my lady. I am very aware. Yes.
Do you want me to make you a booking?
Oh yes, please, if you would. I would much appreciate it.
Would you want to be doing it tonight or tomorrow or the next day?
Any time that suits you. I mean, if we could go right now, I would go right now. I'm
Are
a
you
visitor.
taking your friends or is it just you?
Oh, I'm sure they do not want to come with me every place of the universe.
Very well. I will book this for 5 o'clock. Sorry, she doesn't say 5 o'clock. For 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, so 1 o'clock tomorrow. All right. And Tatiana says, I'm going to go and take care of these other people in the other room. She walks off. Charlie, you want to make your phone call?
Yes. Do I have Thrasius's number?
I don't know. Do you have Thracius's number?
Sure.
How did you
some
get it?
reason-
Convenient.
I have
Um,
Thrasius's number because I got it from Bishop, so I can give my phone to
let's see if
Sage.
Kit has his number. Wait,
All right.
you just got a new phone though.
I used this phone to call Thrasius to get the katana.
Yeah, but
So
you got it
long
like
s-
earlier today.
Oh, that's right. This is a new phone. Yeah, never mind. So I have an ability.
We'll just
to-
message Tanya
Okay.
to maybe message him to give me a call or something.
All right. All right. So so you message Tanya. Tanya messages you with the phone number. All right.
And I
And
call.
and you call
Mhm.
and phone answers. You are speaking with Thrasius.
Hello, this is Sage. Hi.
We have met, yes. I believe I know you.
Yes, I'm sorry for calling you up with no warning. Basically, I'm here at the prison. Tanya was here before. We were trying to have a chat with this Lionel Bowen character. I'm not entirely confident that we're going to be able to get him out of jail. I think we might need a release plan. And also I was a bit concerned about his lawyer, Aikina, because she had a dominated look on her face. Do you have any advice? I think for a release plan, we need somewhere for him to live, but also potentially a place to work. And unfortunately, Tanya was whisked away to somewhere. I don't know.
Yes,
Can't help me.
Tanya Mueller has important duties to fulfill this night. Unfortunately, they exceed your own requirements. My apologies. Your lawyer, she has indeed been sequestered, the one you speak of.
By you?
Yes, one of us, not me
Okay.
personally.
Okay, good. I was concerned.
She is on the correct side
Okay, good.
in this case. Now, as for your Lionel Bowen, I'm sure Tanya can find a place for him. But as I say, she's not available tonight, but I will speak to her.
Okay, one thing I learned was that he's a mechanic. Do you think maybe you could potentially upskill him to be a airplane mechanic so that he could work at your airstrip?
Yes, I will mention this to Tanya.
Yes,
This
I think
is not my specialty, to be perfectly clear. These are not the kinds of problems I tend to solve myself.
Hmm.
How is your music business?
Oh, it's going well. I've already recorded a few songs.
Oh, good.
Yes.
I look
Yes.
forward to hearing this sometime.
Oh, thank you. Oh, also, Kit, do you want to say something about your sword?
Ah, the sword.
Yeah.
What about the sword?
This is Thracius.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Do not mention it.
It says do not mention it.
Very good.
No,
It's awesome and I love it. I'm sorry, I was just a little bit zoned out there. I was busy looking at the lawyers. Yes, thank you, Thracius. It's a wonderful weapon.
yes, it is from, and he names the dynasty, and it gives you this whole history about it. If you want to look up a famous Japanese katana, feel free to do that, and that can be it. It is basically, it's an antique. You can use it for fighting, but you would only want to do that exceptionally rarely, because if you damage it or break it, it's worth like hundreds of thousands of pounds.
Oof. All right. Thank you, Thracius. Let me know if anything else happens, or whatever.
Of course.
Thank you.
course.
Thank you.
Good night then.
Good night. Oh.
All right.
Yeah.
Do you mean to tell me that you can use a sword as well?
Yes.
And a gun?
Yes.
Oh.
I've had a colorful upbringing,
So
to say the least.
is that how you are artistic?
Sure.
It is how you are artistic, huh?
I
I
have
am impressed. Oh,
Oh, can I get everybody to, when you have a moment during the game tonight, to text me a message with a one sentence memory or moment from your character's life that only you could possibly know about.
Oh. Okay.
You can steal it from your backstory if you want to. If you've already got something like that in your backstory, that's cool.
Possibly. Let's see.
Anyway, there's no rush. Unless there is. That depends what happens, actually. But yes.
no wonder you have been chosen. You have so many talents. I wish I had half your talent. I could not look after myself in a I don't know what the expression is, you know? I
Can
could not-
vampires blush? Because Kit is just like entirely flushed. If she can.
You actually have to spend blood to do that as a vampire.
Okay, never mind. She's embarrassed by the amount of compliments that she's getting.
Fair enough.
But
I cannot believe it.
she just says thank you.
She could involuntarily spend blood to do that,
Yep, I can do that.
but it will cost a blood point.
That's fine.
As a vampire, you can spend a blood point to flush yourself so that you do look more human and have warm skin to the touch.
We're probably going to get something to eat after this, right?
Prison takeaways.
Yeah, I'll spend a blood point, and she is blushing.
All
But
right.
she is embarrassed.
You know, just one evening with you people has been so marvelous. I was really coming to do an exhibition, and you have.
Oh, Barry. Yeah, okay, sorry. Yep, go on.
I was only coming to do an exhibition, and you people have made it so exciting.
I'm glad we could oblige.
Oh, My life is normally so boring, you know.
I'm sure it's not.
Oh no, it's boring. I'm telling you, it is boring. There is nothing I can do like you can do.
Well, maybe I can teach you.
What would you teach me?
I don't know. Do you know how to do the katan?
Do I know how to what?
It's kind of like Tai Chi, but it's with a weapon, and it's a slow.
I know nothing about that sort of thing. No.
Oh, well, then I might teach you later. Shall we? Can we leave?
I am ready to go. I'm just waiting for all you people.
Okay. Are we ready, Sage?
I'm just gonna quickly. I'll go in and talk to Aikina.
Okay.
Just
All right. So when you go in there,
Yep.
you see that Tatiana she looks up over at you, and you see the person she's talking to, one of the lawyers, is sitting in a chair opposite her and has this very dazed look on their face. She looks up over at you, and she turns back to the person. She says, "That's enough. You can go." And that person leaves. And she calls you, Aikina, come. And she comes and sits down.
Tatiana.
Yes.
I'll just pull her aside a bit and just be like, she's been dominated by someone on our side. So
Okay.
yeah,
Do you know who?
Yes, I do. It's Gracious.
All right.
He's helping me out with this. So.
Okay, I see. So this person is from Thracius's team then?
Yes.
Okay, then I'm not going to interfere any further.
Okay.
Very good. Well, if
you.
you are done with everything here, then I think everyone can be released now.
Yes, I think we're good.
Good.
I just need to talk to her, but yeah, then everyone should be able to go.
Please
Is
try
that
not
Harvey
to,
guy floating around?
please try not to cause me any more trouble, Sage.
I'll I can't promise anything, to be honest.
What do you mean?
I'll do my best. I feel like I am just
stay
one
out
of
of
those people
trouble.
that trouble happens to.
She looks at you up and down. All right. Well, I better keep an eye on you then, hadn't I?
Are we fine?
Is Harvey around?
Not all me.
Out of game, Harvey reminded
Is
me.
that dude that I have
God.
started to bloodbind?
Yeah.
Oh, right, Harvey. Right. Yes. Sorry, Mr. Shipman. Not Shipman. Alexei. Harvey. I'm saying him as a note to your character. Yes, he's around. He's in this room. He's in the room with Tatiana, actually, in the debriefing room, the special debriefing room. Do you go in there?
Yeah, I will.
Okay.
I've
So
got
Sage is
checked
just leaving as you go in, and he looks up and sees you. He seems to have this glazed over look right now. Looks at you as you come in, like he doesn't really recognize you.
Right, that's cool.
There's somebody changing his he's changing his uniform, actually. He's standing in the background, like he's literally, it's one of those situations where there's a bunch of shit going on, and he's changing his pants right now. He's standing there in his underwear, putting on a new pair of jeans.
Right.
There's a set of lockers over in the corner.
I'll leave him to it and catch up with him later.
Okay, you've got his
I do.
number, I believe.
I've got his ID card, yeah.
That's right. Very good. Dr. Shipman looks very serious over there.
I'm just trying to listen to what's happening.
Okay. And you guys leave, I take it?
Yep.
All right. Before you go, Dimitri meets you outside, and he says to you, Sage, Tatiana asked me to help you with investigation. What do you want me to do?
Kit, do you still have that picture? Or did you?
I put it in the evidence
Right.
box.
Well, there's a guy named Detective Inspector Vane.
Yes, that's right, Detective Inspector Vane. He's
And
the one who dropped the evidence against Lionel.
I see. You wish I had to kill him.
is that really your first go-to?
You want me to bring him to you?
How do you get through life? Just thinking that.
I don't have much,
Is that your fir-
don't have much time.
Oh, right. Sorry. I think investigate is probably the best thing to
What
do.
do you want to know?
We want
His
to
house, his
expose,
family, his dog.
need
name
to
of-
expose his corruption. So if you can find any evidence of his corruption that could be tied to him, we would greatly appreciate it.
Especially since this guy is innocent.
Perhaps who he was working for, if you could figure
With.
that out.
What the agenda was.
Mm.
I tell you, name a very good investigation company. They can help you. Perhaps
Okay.
better than me. I'm not good for this. I'm a soldier.
Oh,
This is
okay.
Not my forte, they say. Yes.
Yes.
He takes out his little black book from inside his thing, and he says, "Here, this is the number you want to speak to." And one moment, please, as I consult my notes.
Alrighty, well,
Gives you a
Let's-
name anyway. I'll give it to you in a minute.
yeah,
Sounds
let's
good.
leave the prison, get out of here. Do we know what's happened with Lionel? Has he gone back into jail? Is he with us? What's
no,
the
he-
sitch?
They took him back to his cell.
Right. Well, I don't think there's really much we can do here.
No, well, his parole hearing is later today. Yes. So.
Right.
I'm so scared. So worried for him.
Who is the
Frank Coles.
Ankle. Is that with an A? Like in his
Frank
last name?
Coles, Coles.
Okay.
His company is called Frank Coles Investigator.
Sweet, thank you. Thank you. Oh, Kit, can I ask you a question?
Sure. Anything.
Do you like people?
Depends on the people.
Just because I was overhearing a lot of things, like the fact you didn't really care about the guards outside, and
Right.
is that an evil laugh? Oh my god.
I pay attention to this.
All right.
I'd say it's more of a self-preservation thing. We were in a very tight spot, and at that point the guards were sort of null and void.
But the people, they didn't deserve to be shot. They didn't have any weaponry. So.
Neither did the 10 people in the room. It's logical. There was 2 people out there. There was about 15 in the room. 5 of them being us. Mathematically worth a sacrifice.
I'm concerned that I might be that if we were to live together, I'd be living with a sociopath. And I can't do that.
It's a great subcom idea.
I don't think I'm a sociopath, although I suppose that's what a sociopath would say.
You could go live with Shipman. He likes that sort of thing.
It's more of
What are you talking about?
it's more of the fact that we were in a position where we're trapped in a place and there was no good that would have come of letting the people who had the weapons and the dangerous intentions into where we were.
Okay. Look, I still want to live with you.
I know it's selfish, but honestly, I'd rather have my skin still attached than have to risk it for two humans who are outside, who wouldn't actually give us any information in the beginning and kind of got their own selves stuck in that mess. They made their choice, I made mine. I don't really see.
I think it just might be something that will end up coming up again if it happens again. I
Right.
can't live with someone like that.
That's fair.
I could not help hearing the conversation just a wee bit. You know, if you two are having trouble at the moment, roommate, you can come and stay in my hotel if you want.
That would be lovely. Thank you. I think we're okay considering we haven't actually found somewhere to live yet. I think Tanya was supposed to be helping us with that. Hopefully that's what she's doing off screen.
Okay, so you may come and stay if you wish at my hotel.
I will very much like to take you up on that. Thank you, Philippe.
Okay.
We will work on this.
Why the relationships must always be worked on. I love Giorgio, but I do not always get on with Giorgio.
I give Kit like a hug and be like, yeah.
She pats Sage on the back. She's just like physical.
Oh, is that
affection.
not wonderful? That is wonderful.
Yes. It's not that I don't like people. It's more of they didn't come in the room with us when we asked them to.
We probably should have dragged them in, shouldn't we?
They didn't give us any information about what was going on. And at some point you sort of have to cut your losses.
Okay.
I'm not a hero. I'm not going to go stand in between someone else and a bullet if they're going to put themselves in a bullet's path.
Well, that is a bit disappointing because if someone shoots me, I will die.
You're different.
We'll just put John in front of him.
You're smart
Fine.
enough to actually duck when I say duck, so you're fine.
Alexis will probably be in the way already because that's
Philippe,
just him.
Philippe, just a question. If
Do
I told
do I have an
if I-
NPC in this scene?
You've got Ellen.
You've got Ellen.
Right, Ellen, right.
Philippe, just a question, just for future reference. If I told you duck, what would you do?
I would serve it with a nice meal for people.
Oh no! Like physically, would you just duck out the way
So good.
if I shouted duck at you? Just
If-
sort of like
of course,
just duck for
unless
Yeah.
something went by going quack quack, I would duck. Yes, I would. Of course, I would duck. Philippe
This is foreshadowing for his death.
Philippe is not, stupid. Philippe knows these things. you
right.
know.
So you're different, and I might come between your path and a bullet because I like you. Right. Should we just leave? Because we don't really need to be here.
It is the ambience of this place that is causing so much trouble.
Yeah. Let's go with that.
So, which vehicle are you guys getting in, or are you in separate vehicles, or?
I hope not, because if
How
I
did
do
we
not
get
get in
here?
the vehicle, I'd be walking.
Someone can drive my hearse if they want.
I have never driven the hearse. Can I drive a hearse? Can
Sure.
I?
Of course you can, Philippe. Yes.
Oh,
I
Come
drive the
on.
other vehicle that we came in.
Sage put her hand up.
Probably the van.
Come on.
Okay,
Sage-
Sage can drive the hearse.
Okay.
Why
How
don't
about,
you?
Could
how about I
take-
Paper,
drive
scissors.
halfway?
Why don't
and
you
then
take
drive-
fucking turns, right? Like, why don't you drive, and then when we get to Piccadilly, you can switch, switch drivers. You know?
Perfect. Let's go.
We could play red light roulette. Have you played that?
no.
That's when a car stops at the lights, right? We all get out of the
And
car.
it revs
we all
up the
switch
car.
around the car. Everyone's got to switch seats, but you've got to get out of the car to do it, right? So we all walk around the car, one seat. and
That sounds
switch.
like fun. I like that idea, Ellen. You're growing on me. Let's go.
Right.
Let's go.
Here, stop. Lights. Right, go. Everyone. Doors, everyone jumps out. At least
You know,
Alan
I
jumps
am
out. Does
beginning.
everybody else jump out?
I tumble over
Is that-
someone else.
Do I see this in the van?
Yeah.
Please, guys.
Yeah.
We all
Interestingly enough,
switch positions.
right. Interesting. No, I'll come back to that. I'll come back to that.
All right.
Vampires. So vampires.
I
do.
use celerity and get in the driver's seat.
I think I am beginning to see why you get in so much trouble.
We just have fun, really.
I follow
Uh-huh.
them from a bit more of a distance while they're playing this sort of shenanigans.
Fair enough.
Philippe, at one of the lights, Philippe will go and knock on your van door and go, I think I have a feeling I should be going with you. This lot are going to get in trouble. You can see that, can you not?
Yeah, they do.
Well, would you mind if I jumped in with you?
Yeah, jump in.
Right. So basically, when they play red light roulette, Philippe switches from the car to the van.
Yeah.
Everybody
It's
gets
fun
out.
to off the other
Everybody gets
way.
back in the car again, and you're like, somebody's missing.
Where
It was fun for a little while, but
Can I roll perception alertness to see if I noticed where he went?
Sure, you can.
First roll of the night, guys. Let's
Is there like a
go.
coffin? Is there a coffin in this house?
A what?
Is there a
coffin
coffin?
Yes.
I'd like to hop in the coffin.
One success.
One
So I know where
success.
Philippe went.
You saw him. You think you saw him get in the van behind the car.
I think Philippe got a little bit sick of our game.
Is there a body in this coffin?
No, it's empty.
Okay. Well, there is now. It's called
Does it-
Sage.
Does it smell of like a shipment?
Yes,
Ugh,
Mm.
Psychopaths.
it's my portable house.
you just called me off for being a sociopath, yet you're rolling the.
Right.
There's
Negative
nothing wrong
one.
with me. I'm fine.
excuse me, senor, what was your name again?
My name is Alex.
Alex, I want to ask your opinion on a thing.
Go for it.
Okay, do not be offended. How would you people feel if I wanted to come down to the sewer and perhaps paint them?
You'd probably have to ask them.
Or could you kind of ask them for me, because I am not prone to being beaten up or thrown against walls. I'm not good at this thing. I'm not what you call superhero. So
I'll find out.
yes, I would like an opinion, because I would think it would be an interesting place with so much feeling and emotion and real pain and yet the courage to defeat your disability. You know, it would make for a good picture. Do you not think?
Much how you defeat being an annoying Italian man, right?
Oh, I Giorgio tells me I have not defeated that yet, but I should work on it, you know.
You should.
Okay. I'm sorry if I have offended you.
Alex is savage.
When he's not being
Oh,
amused.
savage. Oh, no.
Right. So where are you actually going, by the way? I haven't kind of got the gist of that.
I'm following those guys. That's where I'm off.
Right. So where is who's
We're
driving
going
now?
to the PI's office.
Are you into the PI's office? Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
driving at this point, considering
All right.
shipment. Yeah,
All right. Well, that makes
it was Philippe,
sense.
then Sage got in the coffin, so it would be me.
Right. Well, you get to the PI's office, and oddly enough, the lights are off and the door's locked, and there's no cars in the car park.
Oh yes, it's night time. What time is it?
2:30.
Anything you want to do? Not much we can really do at the moment.
You see a security guard walk around the outside of the office with a flashlight.
Excuse
Oh,
me.
He turns he turns out to be a woman. Comes across to you. Yes, how can I help you?
Hi. What
Who
time
have you
does
got there? What are you doing here?
friends? What time does your PI office open?
Not my PR office. I just work here. I would say that if you looked on the door, there's probably a sign. She flicks the light over there to the door. 8 a.m.
Right. It's not really going to work. Do they have an after-hours call center?
I don't think so. This is just an investigator's office. I think this one person works here. Might have an assistant. I don't know. I only
Right.
work here on Thursdays.
Fair.
Is there an
That's
email
nice.
address or a phone number on the door?
There is both of those things.
I take a photo of them on my BlackBerry.
Okay. Wow. Flash.
Ooh.
Assuming it has that.
And the lady says, yeah, there's a phone number here. If you want to call it, you could probably get hold of them. Why don't you just come back during the day?
See, I'm going out of town. It doesn't match up. Thank you though. Then I suppose we leave and go to Philippe's hotel.
I have to probably get back to see Uther.
Oh, well,
Do you want to
shall
me
we?
off there maybe?
Okay, we'll drive you to Uthas then.
Okay.
Where is Uthas?
Right.
A little way out of town. It's about an hour's journey. Enjoy.
just a little way.
And
Oh my
on the way there,
God.
actually, you head past the airfield. Well, actually, you don't know because this is Philippe, not
Alex would know.
Alex probably does know. Actually,
What am I doing now?
You're going to head past. You're heading past the airfield on the way to Uther's place.
Yep.
As you follow their car, the hearse, out to Uther's place. Shipman knows the way because he's been here a few times. All right, and Dr. Shipman, they open when you get there, the gates are closed unless Sage has called in advance.
I'll open it. Yeah.
Just for clarity's sake, too, Sage, as long as you're staying at Uther's, Benjamin has arranged for you to have 2 or 3 rooms where you can have your guests and food.
What? There's
You
a
have
room for Alan?
You have an email.
Okay, the food. Sorry.
Alan's not food, he's a friend.
Right. Fish.
Oh, we
fish
got
are
a joke
friends.
about it being dinner, you see.
Thought I would join in.
Let's all figure out where he stands in it all.
Yeah, so that was a
Had him
joke.
on the
Fish,
shoulder.
fish are friends, not food.
so I could bring these guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
We might be
Yes,
staying the night there, love, because it's a couple hours there, a couple hours back. It was 2 when we left. It's almost sunrise.
I'm sure I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Apparently, there's rooms, a few rooms available.
All right. So
Road trip.
do you guys all crash down in one of the rooms? Yeah.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure, come on in.
Is there any dinner going?
There is no
Yeah.
dinner going per se.
Do we see like Thaddeus?
Well, not at this point.
Okay.
Should have eaten the security guard.
Tell you what you can do is you could all make perception alertness checks on the way from the gate to the house.
Okay.
Hashtag should have eaten the security guard.
I was thinking about it until you started talking to her.
1 success.
You guys are so
Nothing.
cool.
Goddamn ones.
Perception alertness.
Yeah.
Okay. Whatever that is.
I
4.
didn't get -1.
Hey. You see the inside of your eyeballs.
Right.
Oh, so does John.
Wow.
You see the inside of Alexis's eyeballs.
Philippe, however, as you're driving across through the little bit of woods between the gate and the house, this big mansion, manse slash what do you call it? It's a stately home. There's a word for it. It's escaping my brain right now.
Country estate.
Yeah, basically. You see a flash of white amongst the trees for a moment, and then you look in that direction and you enhance your senses, and you see a fucking huge white wolf moving between the trees.
Do I connect it at all?
You can make a. I'll make you a check. Werewolf in London.
On the outskirts of London.
Flea bags.
That's not fair.
American Werewolf in London.
Dude.
Philippe, you
God damn,
painted.
if I was a Grand Growler, I could have been an American Werewolf in London.
Philippe, you have painted this wolf. You believe this image you've seen before. You painted this from a vision, from a dream.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. What do you think?
Sorry, you cut out, man.
You'll notice him paying attention to something.
Okay. All right. Nobody else really notices anything much. And
You go with 4?
Oh, you got 4?
Yeah.
I missed that. I'm sorry.
That's
4,
okay.
Yeah, you see it too. Yeah, you see. And of course you know who it is. All right. Shipman, what did you get actually? I'm curious because
-1.
-1. You don't want to look.
Just
Yeah.
fair.
Right, fair enough. Okay, so you get to the house. Benjamin ushers you all in. Oh, welcome. Come in. I've organized these rooms for you, Sage.
Thank you.
Master Uther has given us some space in the house to have your guests and so forth, until such a time as we can set you up with a proper place of your own.
Yes,
I thought it was prudent, seeing as things were taking some time, and I didn't want to put either of you out. And certainly now that you have Alan working with you, things seem to be going in the right direction. And I think Master Uther felt that a small reward was in order.
Okay.
Isn't that
Thank
kind
you.
of him?
Oh, so kind. Is he still
Unfortunately,
out?
I do not have any food per se for any of you, except for perhaps you, Alan. Master Uther, is he up? I will go and check on him. I'm sure he will come and see you if he has time.
All right. I've just been meaning to ask a few things, but also Alan here. I haven't introduced him yet. So
Ah, yes, of course. Very
be
well.
on your best behavior, Alan.
I'm always on my best behavior. What are you talking about?
No calling people fags.
come
That's
on.
inappropriate.
Come on, he's wearing a Lacoste t-shirt. Have you heard that joke, right? You know that one?
No.
You know, there's that joke about like the crocodile walks into the menswear store. You haven't heard this, right? The crocodile walks into a menswear store, goes up to the counter. He says, I'm looking for a t-shirt with one of those little faggots on the pocket.
What?
Out of game. This is
That's
Alan.
Yeah, no.
NPC framed in
so
stone.
bad.
Awkward silence.
I'm gonna bonk him on the head.
Alan joke. We're just like,
Hey, what? Come on. It's funny. It's a fucking joke.
is
All right. You
it?
don't like it. All
They
right.
said there was no dinner, so you know.
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, I better go and do some work, am I? I'll be outside. Right, off. Bye. Closes the door.
Did he just lock us out?
He locked himself out. He
Oh.
left. He locked.
No,
you
I
guys
opened the
in.
door. Get back in here.
What? I've got to
Yeah.
help Benjamin with something. Right?
He just said he was going to check on Uther.
Oh God. All right. Fine. Comes back and
Busted.
says,
Get in. All right. Close the door.
"I'm
Don't
not
worry, we're not gonna
fucking
eat you,
dinner.
Alan."
I'm not dinner. Right?
You're not dinner. Breakfast. Possibly.
Philip's busy looking at the architecture of the building and stuff and so on.
Right. It's pretty dilapidated, despite the fact that it was once a great stately home.
Just
Oh,
be careful where you stand.
What?
Well, you never know if something's gonna fall through or not. So
Oh, right. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, Benjamin told me that down here is pretty safe. He reckons down here is like
Oh.
this is the good part of the house. This is the east side is where all the shit is, and the south side is where the fucking bomb is, where that library is, and there's that freaking bomb in there, right?
There is a bomb?
Yeah, there's a
Right.
bomb sitting right in the middle of the library. Can you imagine? Don't know
Oh,
why they don't
this-
do something about
This
that.
gets like a James Bond movie. This bombs in buildings. Oh,
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Out of
Pretty-
game, Dungeon Master has to go pee, so I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Oh,
You needed
good.
to know that. I need to powder my nose.
Now we're gonna
Happy
decide what we're
nice.
going to do with our time here. This could
Right.
probably be like your only time here, so just enjoy it while it lasts.
I look at the books.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at the books.
Oh, you have to go to the library first.
Okay, well, let's go find the library.
Okay. So I could, well,
Let's go
We'll
for an
probably-
explore through the house.
probably should wait till the DM's here. But yeah.
Yeah.
where is the bomb?
It's it's in the library.
What kind
Hold
of bomb
up.
is it?
You have
An
a
old
bomb
World
in
War
the
II bomb.
library?
Ooh, that's pretty cool.
Ooh.
Don't set it off.
I'm not gonna set it off. Why would I set it off?
$5 is you can't set it off.
Now, see, that's a challenge. No, I'm not gonna set it off. But like, I could though. I bet I could. I bet I could. I'm not going to, but I reckon I could.
Did any of you see the wolf outside?
So you were
The
like
what?
The wolf?
No,
John.
there was a wolf.
Some of us
John-
were driving.
John intimately knows him.
Oh, is this?
Intimately.
Maybe a little bit. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not the
Parts of
nicest
John is
wolf.
still in his mouth, probably.
it is a white
I think
wolf.
my
Who's about to get raided?
I think my head scars are probably healed by now.
Oh,
I'd say.
most likely, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Did you have a
could.
fight with a wolf?
I wouldn't call it a fight.
Did you get mauled by a wolf?
Yes,
Why?
just a little bit.
Why?
Oh,
What did you
perhaps-
do?
John was apparently too tasty for his own good. He was
Interesting.
just far too busy being delicious.
Yeah. I won't mention what I did because
Yeah, fair enough.
Kit's just prying. Kit just ask questions because why not?
Yeah.
I'd rather forget, to be honest.
Fair enough.
Oh, that makes perfect sense to me somehow.
You're running late on the kibble time.
Full time.
Yeah.
Oh,
I tried feeding him. He didn't like it.
Speaking of which, Sage, are you planning on turning Lionel into a another one of him?
Unsure.
What do you think about that, Alan? Cat got your tongue.
Okay. Oh god, that's so good.
I like it. He's being so quiet. He's just sort
So
of,
quiet.
he's immersed in a picture book. Alexi's showing him.
Oh god. So good.
But yeah. Blake, did you want to see my katana? Because this is really cool.
oh, yes, I would like to see it.
And Kitty's gonna pull it out and just like it's full black blade. And it's shiny and it's got a red rope around the top of the handle, and then the rest of it is black leather, and it's about the size of her arm.
So you know how to use such a thing?
Yes, I do.
Oh, I wish I was good at that kind of thing. But sadly, I'm not good at that kind of thing.
That's okay. I'm sure you're good at other things. You
Oh,
were
no.
amazing in the interrogation room. You drew those pictures like you had seen them.
Oh, anybody can draw a picture, you know.
I can draw stick figures, and that's about as good as my artwork gets.
I can teach you to draw proper pictures if you like.
That would be cool.
I can give you what you call
Hey,
art
sorry,
lessons.
Sage.
Who's
Alan.
this? Okay,
Alan.
very good. Hello,
Alan's
yes.
now talking. He's
Yeah.
looking up from his picture book.
Ooh. Wow. I was faking Sage. What about like if I give that guy a call during the day? You know,
What
like
guy?
the fucking investigator guy, the guy that we just went and visited. They were closed because it's 2:30 in the morning.
We've got
You're
a
a
human.
genius.
We have a human in the group.
Genius, like huge,
Beautiful.
big
Mhm.
brain
Epic.
ideas. I know.
Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
That must have been
I
why
like
you were
that
so
idea.
quiet. He was working on a thought.
Yeah. He looks at you quite seriously. Yeah.
I like this idea.
Right,
That's a
I'll
great
give-
idea,
I'll-
Alan.
I'll give him a
Good job.
call and maybe try and set up a meeting for like early evening, something like that.
As long as the sun's down, it should be all right.
Right.
I pat him on the back. Like, it's brilliant. Brilliant.
There's a knock at the door.
Shit. Who the hell could that be? Everyone I know is here. All right, I'll open the door.
Benjamin is there.
Were you locked out?
No, I was knocking on the door because of your privacy.
Oh, right, yes.
I
Not
believe it's
used
called
to-
being polite.
Not used to privacy.
How very odd. In any case, Master de Saint Bernard is prepared to entertain guests in the library.
Okay.
We're in the library.
No, we're not. We are
Oh, we're
not in
not?
the library.
Oh,
No,
damn.
no. All right. Shall
That
we
means
go?
I get to
everyone?
see the bomb.
Get to see the bomb.
Right. So you go upstairs into the library. Benjamin ushers you up there. The big sweeping staircase that goes up through from the double staircases that go around to double doors through into an antechamber, lots of Romanesque statues and things. This must have been once a fantastic and amazing house. You can imagine it in its prime days, filled with people and servants, probably a lot like Downton Abbey. Now it is smashed and dilapidated, and there's holes in the ceiling and water leaking through places. And as you go into the library, you can smell the smell of wet paper, first and foremost. And there's no electric lights, and there's not even candlelight. It's just moonlight coming through the holes in the ceiling. Over on one side of this large library space, the roof is entirely collapsed and missing, and the floor below it also just collapses into a huge pile of rubble. You can make a perception alertness check if you've never been here before. So that's basically Philippe and Kit.
I haven't been here before either, I don't think.
You haven't been here before. All right.
No.
then
Lexi hasn't been here.
you also can make a perception alertness check.
One success.
One success.
One success.
And one success. In the center of the rubble down below, you can see an object that seems to be just laying there, an old rusty piece of metal, this large thing. It looks a bit like a large gas tank, perhaps, sort of spherical, a little bit elongated, a little bit kind of curved in at one end and the other. With more successes, you would have noticed that it was literally a bomb, but because you're not expecting to see a bomb, well,
Yeah.
although Sage did say something about
I
it.
was
it's-
expecting to see a bomb.
but he did say something about it. So maybe after a few seconds, you go, oh, that must be the fucking bomb.
Not propane storage.
Right, exactly. So it doesn't take much to work out that at some point in World War II, the Nazis dropped a bomb on this house and it just didn't explode. Just literally didn't go off, and they just left it there. And that
Too
was
dangerous to move.
right.
Too sentimental to move.
Hmm. So in the center of the room stands Uther de Saint Bernard, wearing a long robe. And when I say robe, it's kind of, it's very embroidered, heavily embroidered robe. It's kind of purple and has some other colors woven through it. It's very quite expensive looking, actually. He stands before you, and his shirt is a little open at the front. You can see his pale skin gleaming in the light, the moonlight. He's got very short hair, and
Looks like Malcolm McDowell.
he looks like Malcolm McDowell. So if you don't know who Malcolm McDowell is, let's look him up.
Let's. I'm pretty sure I will when I see him, but
You probably will. He's-
Well,
He's on a
it's,
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, yeah.
I have seen that movie.
Yeah.
But older Malcolm McDowell, if you've seen the Halloween remake by Rob Zombie, he's the psychiatrist.
Why won't this fucking picture pop up? Anyway, let me share a screen with you. So this one with the blue background
yeah.
is
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
pretty much what he looks like. Let's see if we've got any others. I guess, yeah.
They
Especially,
scratched his retina during that scene in Clockwork Orange, and
Really?
he almost went blind
damn.
with because they had the metal things in his eyes chained open, and at one point it like malfunctioned, and he almost scratched his
Damn.
Jesus.
That
cornea. But they
sucks.
managed to not go blind.
It's working with Kubrick for you.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. So now we know what Uther looks like. So he's standing in front of you, and he looks at each of you. Greetings and welcome to my abode.
Hello.
You must be the companions that I've heard so much of. Sage's coterie, yes? You must be the doctor, Shipman. He looks at you. He gives you this penetrating stare, Alexis, which actually makes you feel slightly uncomfortable. Like he's looking at you in a way that gives you the impression he can see through your obfuscate. Turns to Kit. Welcome. And you are new here in London, I
Yes.
assume. Excellent. Well, welcome to the city. Welcome to our country. You are American, I assume.
Yes.
And who might this be? He says to Sage.
Well, Philippe?
Yes.
This is Philippe.
My name is Philippe Gratiano, my lord.
Ah, such manners. You speak as if you have lived your whole life in the New World.
I have lived in Milan most of my life, yes.
Montague, Prince of Milan. I've met him, yes.
Yes. He is a good man.
Tremere. He does not appreciate my particular interests. Nonetheless, he left me alone, unmolested.
Sometimes people cannot be happy.
And I wouldn't be an obfuscate. I've just clicked what you said before, so
Okay. So you're not obfuscating. You are
no.
bare.
Yeah,
Okay.
not being rude.
All right, fair enough. Then I take it all back then. Very well. Well, I do have some house rules if you are going to spend time here in the future. Firstly, he points towards the bomb. That stays. Don't touch it. Don't go near it. It is explosive, I believe, and it is part of my security protocol.
Okay.
Secondly, if you are to encounter a large wolf here at any time, I should ask that you, out of game, somebody's got water running in the background and it's really loud.
Yeah.
If you encounter a large white wolf here on the property at any time, I should ask that you merely stop, stand very still, and allow it its opportunity to investigate you. It will most likely leave you alone unmolested, but do not attempt to befriend it or otherwise engage with it. It is Thaddeus, and it likes to know who comes on the property.
Okay.
Very
So
well.
don't pet the white wolf, don't touch the bomb.
Yes.
Any other rules?
The other rules, I think you can ascertain from the 6 traditions. This is my domain. Anything you do here, you will be held accountable for, so on and so forth. The usual things. Nothing too specific. He smiles, this kind of crooked smile.
May I use your library while I'm here?
Yes, you may. This library is it was once well fitted. Some of the books have survived. All of the surviving books I've had Benjamin place in this corner. You'll find that everything from here to there is mostly rotten or fallen apart.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm gonna like push Alan forward with and be like, Uther, this is my retainer. His name is Alan. Alan Stevenson.
Alan sort of stands there.
Alan, this is Uther.
Yes, greetings, my lord. It's forgive me, I'm not really sure what to say. Yeah. Anyway, kind of new and Sage's right-hand man now, I believe. So yeah, I guess I'm part of the family, I suppose. Uther sort of smiles and steps forward. I see. Very good, Alan. He puts his hand on Alan's shoulder and looks him in the eyes. And Alan, you can almost tell, is trying not to wet himself. A good choice, Sage. I see strength buried in there.
So all I need is a shovel now. And we'll
Yes.
dig it out. Somewhere in
Alan
there.
kind of looks
Or
at you
bury
like,
him.
What? Now, how else may I assist you all whilst you're here?
So I have a few questions on behalf of Bishop, actually. Bishop has been here before. He's currently elsewhere.
Yes.
He asked, he was asking about how we might be able to defeat a guy that can turn into mist and into marble. I think all of us should probably hear this one. So we know how to handle it. Protein. How?
Uther stands there for a moment and thinks about this. I would not put you in such danger myself if it was my choice. Combat with such a gangrel, or an anti-tribu in this case, will likely lead to your demise. This vampire is very old and very powerful, and is of a generation that is perhaps lower than any of yours. I would perhaps personally attempt to combat him, but even then I doubt my powers would serve to destroy such a vampire. This would most certainly be a case of tracking it down and destroying it in the daytime, using other resources.
Oof. Okay. I mean, we almost, well, almost having him is not having him, as Bishop would say, something along those lines.
Well, did you attempt? What was Bishop's stratagem?
We ended up when he was corporeal, we ended up putting a sticky bomb on the back of him and exploding that while he was in marble form.
I'm not familiar with this weapon. Perhaps you can explain it to me.
It's like an explosive that you stick on the back of. You can stick to anything, really.
Like dynamite.
Kind of.
Plastic.
Yeah.
They can make dynamite from plastic now. He looks over at Alan. Very impressive. I've not heard of such a thing. Well, I'm sure things are changing faster than I am able to keep up.
Mm.
Never
Um,
mind the fact that plastic's been around for like 30 years, but maybe longer.
also something. Well, I probably won't be ask the other thing just yet. I wouldn't mind learning something while I have you here. Could you perhaps teach me something you think I might need?
Yes, Sage, we will take some time this evening, I think.
Perfect.
Very well, we have perhaps an hour then. I shall,
Learning new things.
if your guests would like to return to your guest rooms,
Mhm.
perhaps you could find some means of entertaining them, and when you are set with that, return.
Do you have any pen, paper, and some like charcoal, maybe?
I have some things down in my room.
If you require anything, do not hesitate to ask Benjamin.
Fabulous. Thank you.
Not going to set this place on fire, are you?
Only a little bit.
Okay, good.
Why would you assume that that's what I want to do? I wanted to get some charcoal and some paper so Philippe can teach me how to draw.
Oh, right.
I'm being honest.
Well, if that will be all, I must return to my studies for now. And
All right.
Sage, you will find me.
Mhm. I'll be back shortly. Then I'll escort everyone down. Oh, feel free to take a book if you want, Alexis.
I go look at the books.
All right. The books here in this room are fairly innocuous, to be honest. They are all kind of mid-last century. A lot of books on philosophy, books on geography, books about gardens, books by very boring standard authors overall. There's nothing here. They look like filler.
All right, head to the room then.
Okay.
Am I really that much of a loose cannon?
All right.
Kind of.
So you
I'm
guys,
saying this to Alexius.
Oh,
We're
right.
walking to his room.
I smile.
you'll find yourselves in Sage's guest rooms. Benjamin comes
Welcome.
in. Is there anything I can get you all, ladies and gentlemen?
Art
Anything at all? Drinks? No, actually, I take that back.
supplies.
Art supplies.
Yes.
Makes a note. Yes, anything else?
Anything?
Willing virgin sacrifice. I'm kidding.
We have Alan here.
I'll see what I have in stock, lady.
Do you have any
Right.
anatomy books or medical books?
Anatomy books, medical books. Very well. I'll put that on my list of things to investigate to see if we do have them.
I imagine
Yes.
they'd be incredibly old.
Most likely out of date, sir, to be fair.
There's nothing wrong with learning from the past.
What an excellent, excellent point of view. I do agree. Thank you. Very well. Anything else?
Except a lot of it was incorrect. But
Lord Gratiano.
Oh,
Mr.
you are
Gratiano,
muted.
you're speaking very, very quietly and I cannot hear you.
Yes, Mr. Benjamin, sir.
Smith, Mr. Smith. Benjamin
Oh.
Smith with an E.
Oh.
Smith with an E.
Smith with an E. Sorry.
Not to be pronounced Smythe, although it is tempting. It is in fact Smith with an E. Yes.
You do not happen to have a guitar, do you?
I have a guitar.
There you go.
Oh,
I could grab it for you.
thank you.
Very well. All right, I shall go about my business. And Benjamin leaves.
I will even grab the guitar.
Do you want me to stay here, or do you want me to go and like help Benjamin with stuff, or what?
Do you want to help Benjamin?
Well, I don't know.
Because I'm
it's
going
fine.
to go up and hang out with Uther. So
Right,
You can
well,
stay here with us.
Yeah, I think I'll go and hang out
Sharks
with
den.
Benjamin.
Kit just sort of smiles and like her fang pops out a little bit.
He's like,
And while
"Fuck
they're
this."
all distracted doing that, I'm just going to obfuscate and wander off.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
Here we
Have a
go
look
again.
around.
All right.
Take John with you.
So, You're having a look around. Very good. Okay, where do you go? Please hold the line while we.
I haven't. This is my first time here, so I don't know, just wandering around,
Okay, well,
taking all left turns. I don't know.
there's a games room. You eventually come upon some kitchens, a large kitchen with a back door. There's a refrigerator over there. There's a microwave all by itself. There's a bookshelf in the corner of the. You basically get the impression that Benjamin lives in the kitchens. He spends most of his time there. He's got a TV. He's got an armchair. He's got a computer, 1999 computer connected to the internet, by the looks of it, and a couple of books. Comfort. There's a blanket. A few other bits and pieces just sort of sitting around there. Yeah.
So looking after, he's the one that looks after the house, kind of thing.
Seems to be, yeah. He's clearly Uther's head, if not only retainer.
Cool.
Make a perception check. And Dr. Shipman, you can just shut the fuck up.
History repeating itself.
0.
0. Okay, so while you're checking out all of Benjamin's shit, you turn around and there's this huge fucking wolf standing in front of you.
No, I let him stuff me, or whatever it is that he was going to do.
He just pads right up to you and looks you in the face.
I look him in the face.
You can smell something freaking terrible on its breath, if indeed it is breath. I'm not sure what it is. Probably death.
Dogs lick their own asses.
You can say that to this one.
Nah,
Oh,
I don't think my fortitude's that good.
Right? It slowly walks around you in a circle and it sniffs you all over.
I try and take in as much of the wolf as I can.
Right? And then after a minute, it walks off. Just leaves.
Shrug and carry on my way.
Okay. Very well. Eventually you get
So
to
he saw me through obfuscate too. Which... Cool. On the
Eventually-
smell.
Wolf is a super wolf.
Eventually you get to a set of stairs that go down.
I shrug and go down.
Okay. There's a
They didn't say I wasn't allowed to go anywhere, so
there's a pair of double doors. And you see that there is make a perception check actually at this point.
1.
One success. Okay. You see there's something carved into the door across both of these two double doors.
Take a closer look at it.
Okay. Do you want to make an occult check? This would be
2 successes.
oh.
okay. Sorry, did I say just occult or what did you end up rolling?
I rolled intelligence. Oh,
Yeah, fair, cool. Okay, 2 successes. Look like some sort of runes. You're not really sure what they are, but they look like runes.
I'm not going to fuck around with that because I have 1 dot in occult, and yeah,
Okay.
I know enough not to fuck around with stuff.
All right. So you return. Okay. So
Yep.
the rest of your journey around the inside of the house leads you closer or further away to the sounds of Benjamin and Alan going about various other business, just mundane stuff, talking about getting a new car, talking about what the best way to approach this investigator will be during the daytime, stuff like that.
I rejoin the group then.
Okay. All right. Meanwhile, so he's been missing for a good 20 minutes. During that 20 minutes, what are you guys doing?
Did we get the art supplies?
The art supplies. Let me see if they have art supplies in the house. Benjamin personally doesn't have much call to have art supplies, but there may be some if he goes looking for some.
Paper, charcoal.
There might be a whiteboard in the
I-
kitchen for
I-
ordering.
I could help you with the paper and the chalk, paper and the pencils, and pens probably.
So I got one success for my check to see if there was such art supplies. So there is some, not ideal.
Actually, can I have taken a photo of those rooms before I've gone?
Yeah, okay.
Cool. Yep.
I'm currently finishing a portrait of Philippe, and we're going to roll for it to see how good it is.
All right. So you're going to use what stats we're going to use for this?
Probably.
What we used for
Dex.
Philippe last time. It was Dex and performance, Dex and expression, Dex and expression,
Dex and expression or Dex and performance?
expression.
Expression. That's not going to be good. Two successes.
That's not terrible.
That's not bad.
It's better than a botch.
This is true.
It's better than one success. So yeah. Okay,
It
Philippe.
is.
So is Philippe watching this occurrence?
Oh, I am watching it with interest as well as
He's,
struggling.
he's sitting in front of me.
Right. And
It's a
what
portrait of him.
it's a portrait of Philippe. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're doing a portrait of Philippe. All right.
Can-
Shipman, what are you doing while this is all going on?
If the medical books have come, I'll be reading through those.
Okay. All right. There's a few medical books, yeah, for sure. Some of these date back a long way, in fact, and are the cover of one of them says, "Physician, heal thyself," which is a quote from actually, I don't know who's a quote from. It's now a proverb, apparently. But yes, you can look up the proverb, "Physician, heal thyself," if you desire. Anyway, yep. Right. Sage.
What do you think, Philippe?
Does her picture look
What
nice?
do I think? What are you asking me?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
can
my-
I have a look now?
Yeah, it's done. It's my first ever picture, so be nice. There. And it's a 2 success picture.
Oh, I see you are into modern art. Is that a depiction of me? Is it not?
Yes, but as you can see, I didn't have any colors, so I couldn't get your fabulous outfit properly. And I think I got one of the ears a little bit too high, and you're a lot more attractive in the picture. But
Oh no, this is what they would call artistic expression.
right.
And
Okay.
this is your way of expressing how you might look, how I might look to you. Of course, if you do this, look, we're just over here. Let me get my pad from it.
Starts drawing on it instead. He's just like taking over.
If you would just
Does he
Yeah.
lean over her shoulder and take her hand and show her how to shade?
No, he's now just taken over doing the picture. He's taking it off kit and is now just adjusting the
I
picture.
want to hear it from Barry. What are you
No,
doing, Barry?
now, I go down behind her and I say, see how you've got to see here? Well, this is an ear, and I'm showing you how to do an ear.
Right.
An ear.
But you
This
are
is-
actually drawing on her painting for her, on her pictures.
Not
rather.
on the actual picture,
But
on the
like
side.
on the side. Okay.
Yeah, on the side part.
So you're going to give her the techniques to
Yeah.
improve.
Yeah.
Okay.
See,
Alright.
if you do this, this will happen.
Oh, okay. So sort of like a spiral, but
That
Ju-
is correct. That is correct. But
Okay.
first, we must start off with the cross. The
Does he
cross
show her the rules of composition?
Yeah.
And the
See-
golden ratio and
and centering the face and all this sort of thing.
all right, cool. So there you go. You can have 2 experience points towards expression.
Nice.
Kid.
Cool.
All right, Sage. Sorry, what were you? You're going to go visit Uther.
Yes, I
All
am.
right. So Uther. Dun dun dun.
Hello.
Sage.
Yes.
You come
Hi,
in.
Luther. All right.
And at this point, you're coming in through the secret door at the back of the library into the secret research room.
Secrets. Okay.
Close the door, please.
I'll secretly close the door.
All right. You shut the panel.
Yeah.
He says, you know, that was built here before I occupied this place in 1936.
What was its purpose?
Who knows? I assume that this house was run by some sort of in fact, he tells you it was run by the Secret Service at the time.
Oh.
Were here, and so they had a number of things, which is one of the reasons it got bombed.
Right.
Yes.
It's very
Now,
handy nonetheless.
looking to learn something. Are we?
Yes. I would like to learn more rituals.
Shoot.
Or a ritual, at least one. And then I wouldn't mind maybe a different thaumaturgical path.
Oh, like I should teach all of you this overnight. I see. This will take
Yes.
years of study, Sage. You understand.
I understand.
We'll begin with a list of books.
Okay.
Now, a moment.
Do I get the guitar?
Oh, yes, I gave you the guitar. Don't you worry. I did it before I came upstairs.
Well, my broodmate is studying her art. I will play a piece of music called Classical Gas.
I'm sorry, did you say classical gas?
Now, Sage, coming back to the present. Now,
What?
Sage, repeat after me. You ready?
Kind of, yes.
I need you to understand this poem before we begin.
Right.
Any sort of true, meaningful esoteric study. Thy feet in mire,
Thy feet in mire,
thine head in murk.
thine head in murk.
O man, how piteous thy plight.
O man, how piteous thy plight.
The doubts that daunt,
The doubts that daunt,
the ills that irk.
the ills that irk,
Thou hast nor wit nor will to fight.
that has no wit nor will to fight.
How hope in heart
How hope in heart,
or worth in work,
or worth in work,
no star in sight.
no star in sight.
Thy gods proved puppets of the priests.
Thy gods, sorry, could you repeat that?
Thy gods proved puppets of the priest. You must listen carefully.
Thank you. Thy gods, the gods,
Thy gods proved puppets of the priest.
the gods proved puppets of the priest.
Truth, all's relation.
Truth ors relation,
Science side.
science side,
In bondage with thy brother beast.
in bondage with thy brother beast.
Love tortured thee as love's hope died.
Love tortured thee as love's hope died.
And lover's faith rotted.
And lover's faith rotted,
Life no least.
life no least,
Dim star decried.
dim star decried.
Thy cringing carrion cowered and crawled.
Oh, you'll have to repeat that one.
Thy cringing carrion cowered and crawled.
Thy cringing carrion
Coward
coward and
and
crawled.
crawled to find itself a chance cast clod.
To find itself a chance
Cast clod.
cast clod.
Whose pain was purposeless, appalled.
Whose pain was purposeless. appalled
that aimless accident thus trod.
that aimless accident thus trod.
Its agony that void skies sprawled.
Its agony that
Void skies sprawled.
void skies sprawled
On the vain sod.
on the vain sod.
All souls eternally exist,
All souls eternally exist.
each individual, ultimate,
Each individual ultimate.
perfect, each makes itself a mist.
Perfect each make itself a mist
Of mind and flesh to celebrate.
of mind and flesh to celebrate.
With some twin mask their tender tryst.
With, sorry, what?
With some twin mask their tender tryst.
With some twin ask their
Mask, sage.
mask. Okay. Mask.
Their tender tryst.
They tend to tryst,
Insatiate.
insatiate.
Some drunkards doting on the dream.
Some drunkards doting on a dream.
Despair that it should die, mistake.
Despair that it should die a mistake.
Themselves for their own shadow scheme.
Themselves for their own shadow scheme.
One star can summon them to wake.
One star can summon them to wake.
To self, star souls serene that gleam.
Jesus. 2 stars that soul.
To self, star souls serene that gleam one life's calm lake. That shall and ever that began all things endure, because they are do what thou wilt, for every man and every woman is a star. Pan is not dead, he liveth, Pan. Break down the bar. To come, to man I come, the number of a man, my number, lion of light. I am the beast whose love is law, whose law is love. Love under will, his royal right, behold within and not above. One star in sight. This is the core and meaning of the Hermetic art, sage.
It's so pretty.
What do you take from it?
Oh wow.
Consider this then. I shall give
I will
you
have
3
to
nights
consider
upon
this.
which you shall write an essay, and then I shall read it and give you your report.
All right.
Then we shall begin with a ritual called Deflection of Wooden Doom.
All right. Ooh, okay.
It will turn
Thank you.
aside a stake from your heart.
It's probably going to be handy.
Perhaps. That shall
Oh,
be all for
boy.
tonight then.
Okay, thank you.
He gives you a piece of paper that has the copy of this poem on it. The poem
That's
is called
good.
One Star Inside.
1 star. Okay. Is that in like the Golden Dawn book thing?
You find it in various places.
Okay.
You find it in book 4 by Frater Perdurabo.
Okay. Thank you. That was really hard to repeat because all those words trip on my tongue.
Right. All right. So that's your lesson for the evening.
Thank you.
Now, who does what? Alexis, you return. Sage is not there. The doctor is reading medical books about the 4 humors.
How humorous.
Philippe is having his picture painted by Kit at this point, or drawn rather, not painted, charcoal. And Alan is not there. Oh, you know that though, because you already spied him earlier.
So how are you doing?
I think I've got the spirally ear bit down. Is this better? And
Oh, that is, how do we say, bellissimo.
2 successes again.
That is bellissimo for your first time. That is wonderful.
It's just like one really good painted, like drawn ear, and then the rest of it is still like it's all right, but it's not great.
Good Mr. Bean draws over the picture in the museum.
Mr. Spock would be very happy.
I'm glad.
Yeah. Everybody have to start somewhere. You should have seen my first years. They were not good.
I'm glad.
Yeah, when
It's
Philippe
always
was
starting from somewhere.
4.
When Philippe was 4, he was bad, but now
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
amazing. Turned
yeah.
5, and everything he's done since has been amazing.
Right.
Yeah,
Those
well,
fuckers.
okay. Okay. So,
Yep.
what else? What else can you do? Are you all commandos? Yeah, it seems like you're all commandos. I mean, Sage can shoot a gun and take on the bad guys, and your friend can disappear and reappear and follow the people all around without them knowing. And you, well, you have katanas and guns and no one could have any better broodmate, I tell you.
Thank you. I don't think we're commandos. I think we're just sort of a ragtag bunch of assholes, to be fair.
So you're not a special forces team?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
About the prince. When did you want to meet him? Did you want to meet him
I'm meeting him tomorrow
tomorrow? Right. Yes.
at 1 o'clock.
1
You know,
o'clock.
he is a toreador like us.
I did know that. Yeah.
Yes.
He's lovely.
He is probably multi-talented too. I'm kind of nervous meeting him. I really am.
Yes, well, at least no one's getting told off when you're meeting him for the first time, or going in under the guise of
Have you done
doesn't
these
matter.
things?
No, I wasn't the one who was in trouble, but I did meet him under some rather interesting circumstances.
Oh, it would appear to me that all of you are very interesting.
Do you like interesting? Okay.
I like interesting. So which one of you is the boss of your team? You, right?
No, I'm new, so I couldn't be the boss. The boss is probably Bishop or Tanya, but they're both not here right now, so I suppose that goes.
Who is this Tanya person?
You met
I
her before.
remember
Yes.
Tanya, the one with the good fashion sense.
Yes.
And the lovely home.
Yes.
Have I not met this bishop person yet? Is he a priest?
No, he's a commando. He's
Is he
special forces.
A real commando?
He's got a bit of anger management issues, but yes, he is a bit of a special forces person.
Ooh. Are we going to
He
meet him?
He taught Alexi how to shoot, I think.
Do you think he would teach me how to shoot?
Well, I can teach you how to shoot. I'm pretty sure Sage
I do
could.
not want to shoot. We don't need to shoot.
Yeah, and Kit's gonna pull out a gun like a bit of like. See, this is.
Well,
Sage, you can re-enter anytime you like.
Should we not find the others?
The safety is on. Just don't. The safety.
What the? Hi.
Oh,
Hello,
I know-
everyone.
Caitlin,
Hi.
your sound is a little bit wonky.
The safety. There's a
Hello,
you see
John.
this little switch
How's it
here.
going?
It stops the trigger. From
Hello,
firing.
Sage.
Oh.
As I come out to obfuscate.
How did your meeting go?
It's not really a meeting when it comes to Uther.
Okay, well, how did your mysterious secret conversation go?
Wonderfully. That's more accurate, to be honest. Yeah, I'm going to spend the next few nights learning and hopefully come up with something that will be handy in future.
Good. Right.
Just
well,
recited a very difficult poem. So difficult.
you recited a poem.
Would have been nice if you had given the bit of paper to me first.
Incidentally, Uther recited it from memory.
Of course he did. Oof.
I don't know what to do with that. Okay.
What are you up to? Do you draw
it's-
something?
Yeah, Philip was teaching me to draw, and now I'm teaching him how to shoot. Well, how to clean a gun. To be fair, we're not shooting any guns in here because
So you're like disassembling it.
yeah.
Okay.
Thank you for not shooting that in here. I
Did you
think
check
that's a
to see that
good way
the
of doing-
chambers were empty before you?
Yes,
do
I did,
this?
and the safety was on, and yeah.
Very
Good job.
So I won't make you roll a gun cleaning. Don't shoot yourself in the arm roll.
I mean, we can do it for flavor.
We'll
So-
start playing that piece of music quietly to myself in a corner.
Okay. Which piece of music is this?
It's an old piece of music that I don't even know if it exists anymore. It's called Classical Gas.
3
Classical
successes.
gas.
Yeah, it's way before your time.
Well, let me see.
You're not way before.
Okay. You're going to hold the line.
Those guitar things you learned to play when you were that and Stairway to Heaven. You learned to play that and Stairway to Heaven when I was a boy.
Probably shouldn't play too much of it. But yeah.
All right. Okay. Yes, we shouldn't play too much of it.
It's a very nice piece of music, though. Quite like it.
Mm.
All right.
Just sitting there doing that.
Okay. Very well. It's getting late. You're starting to feel tired.
Okay. I'm feeling sleepy. I'm gonna go to bed now. Hopefully there's some like body bags or something for everyone, right?
There are bunks for everyone. They look like World War II bunks.
Would I believe that this seems pretty secure
I
from the
will.
light and all that?
Oh, you're underground.
Okay, very good.
I
You're
will-
fine.
I will
I
phone up
believe you guys.
Giorgio and let him know I'm not coming home tonight.
So is
Okay.
Ellen going to the PI's place in the morning, or what's happening?
Yes, he'll sort that out. Give him a call, check in. I trust Alan. He's doing wonderfully.
Okay.
All right. So you each go to sleep and time passes into the day. Time lapse montage. The sun comes up and rises above the city, and you guys are deep underground in the darkness in this little underground bunker under the house.
Where retainers are doing their jobs.
Retainers are doing their jobs. And Dr. Shipman, you wake up in the middle of the day to find this huge wolf standing over your body.
I'm just gonna not say anything and just look straight at him.
It looks back at you and gives this little growl.
I'm gonna say, can you understand me?
Tilts its head very slightly. You get this one ear flicks. It snarls. You see it bares its teeth at you.
I'm going to say, show me what you want.
You, for a moment, think it's about to lunge at you and rip your throat out when you wake up and realize that there's no wolf and it's dark It must be about 6, 7 o'clock at night.
Okay, I'm gonna.
Unusually, you might have woken up before your normal wakey time this time.
And it's nighttime, right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go just walk around a bit.
So you see Philippe and Alexis and Kit all sleeping like corpses, laying like corpses, not necessarily sleeping, because sleeping is something humans do.
Can I tell if the wolf came into this room at all, or does it seem pretty?
You want to make a perception and investigation check.
It's hugging the katana case that she's asleep.
All right. You see no sign of entry, and the door is locked from the inside. It's probably barred shut with a steel bar, actually.
Okay, I'm gonna go lie down again, but I'm gonna stay awake.
Okay, so you stay awake until, let me see, who are our, what order do our players wakey in? Through you all.
I'm one of the early risers.
You're one of the early risers.
Maybe
I'm also one of the early risers.
Right.
You wake
Ow,
up before
no.
us. So.
I don't know why I don't have this.
You're a
stuff.
psycho.
I'm not a psycho. I've got
She
6
felt bad
humanity.
every time.
I
That's a
felt
little
bad
bit
every
different.
time.
That's killer's remorse.
Well, whoever's got the highest humanity wakes up first. So who's that?
Got
I have
6 humanity.
7.
7. Well, Sage, you wake up in your own room,
Hmm. That's
separate
true.
from these guys, so it won't matter. So I don't know what you do straight away. Anyway, maybe you. What will you do when you wake up?
Check the news. Oh,
Well, I'll probably just practice one of my songs.
Okay,
Yeah, still got work to think about.
very good.
Yeah.
So Alexis, you wake up and you're the only person awake in this room that you're aware of, because Dr. Shipman is keeping very still and quiet. His eyes are closed.
cool. I will check the news if able on the
Um,
BlackBerry.
What
Or
would
is
it
that-
rely on to do that? You don't know how to get an internet signal. So there's a phone line. You could have dial-up. You could have a
But do-
dial-up account that you could use.
Yep.
To
All right.
dial into your ISP and then download some news.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll a D10 for 1999 internet conditions.
Poor.
And you're underground as well.
You're underground, but it's a phone line, so it doesn't matter.
Mhm.
That's okay. But 6, yeah, it's
Oh.
about average. It's kind of shitty. There's a phone line just that runs down the wall of the corridor that goes down the stairs and into the room and around the side of the room, and it's in a little tube.
That's what I mess about doing while I wait for people to wake up,
Right.
whether or not I'm successful.
There's also an old dialy telephone in the room as well, on a stand, and a couple of I would say there's like a set of furniture, some old sort of deep purple sofas and armchairs, and there's a coffee table in the room, and a few other bits of furniture just to kind of make it feel sort of semi-comfortable. But Benjamin doesn't look like he's put more than about 2 hours into putting this room together at this point. It's comfortable and it's functional, but it's not pretty. And it has a weird mixture of really functional stuff and really old stuff. Anyway, so yeah, you get your internet, you get a few messages, nothing earth-shattering at present.
Cool.
Wow, you guys just switched places. And I'll be back in just a moment. As you wake up, you can talk to each other and you can organize that. You know what the deal is.
I put the
Awesome.
whiteboard marker away after drawing mustaches on all their faces.
I'm in the ballroom. because that's where I like to practice. So
I suppose I'm gonna wake up next. And if I wake up, I will start doing
what is yours, Philippe? Like,
what's a humanity?
I don't know. Russell's got my character.
right. Okay. He
That's
didn't help
3.
you to find out, did he?
I would be up, I think, by now.
Mm.
Sage
I
is
would've
just
thought
an
you'd be up
adamant
with us.
denial that the kid's thing is like 6. Humanity is at 6. She's just like, nah, impossible.
I am well, morning.
Good morning.
I mean evening. Evening.
Evening.
Evening.
Kit's doing the Catan, which is sort of like a slow Tai Chi warm up.
So this is what you do every morning, huh?
Most mornings.
Most morning?
It relaxes me. It's calming.
I must try it sometime.
Should get Beat Saber.
It's a lot slower than Beat Saber. It's like yeah. And she's got the katana out as well, and it's a very slow, fluid movement.
So you chop off all the heads of the people in the room.
No, it doesn't injure anybody. It's just it's like a warm up exercise type deal. It's not.
So I
It
put
helps
my
dexterity.
so I put my feet like this.
Yes.
Okay,
It's
and
just-
I
it's-
put my.
We're learning katas, I assume.
I start this way. Okay. Okay.
And it's slow, fluid motions, and just move your weight from one side to the other, and breathe
Okay.
in. And well,
I'm
you
in
can't
the
really
ballroom,
breathe.
so
just-
just
yeah.
FYI. All these guys are doing their thing.
I understand
I'm
what
not
you
my-
mean. Yes.
Yeah, it's a physically draining exercise, but it's very good for dexterity and litheness.
Small note reference: you don't have to breathe, but as vampires you can breathe, and if you want to talk, you do have to breathe because you have to blow air through your voice box.
Cool. Then yeah, breathe in and out, and
Okay.
go through
Okay.
all of that.
All right, very good. Is everybody awake at this point?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. So there's a knock at the door. Oi, can I come in? It's me, Alan. Can I come in? Oi, Sage.
Yeah, man.
I'm in
Sage
the
in
ballroom.
You're in the ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So-
So Alan's going to come and find you in the ballroom then. Oh, no, actually, no. Alan comes in here first. He's like,
Yeah,
"Is
yeah.
Sage in there?"
Nah, man, I don't know where Sage is.
Oh, fucking hell. All right. You hear him wander off. All right.
I
so he
go with him.
You go with him. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. Does anybody else come along?
No, I'm practicing Tai Chi, whatever
Right.
she
Yeah,
called
I
it.
don't want to watch the Tai Chi anymore, so I'm gonna go.
You're going to go for a walk as well. Okay.
Nice.
Excellent. So Alan and Alexis and Dr. Shipman come wandering into the ballroom and find you, Sage, in the ballroom.
Hi.
Imagine the ballroom is a lot like the ballroom in what is it called? Damn it. Jack Nicholson, Here's Johnny.
Oh,
Shining.
Shining.
The
Yeah.
Shining. Yeah, right.
Crazy. Okay.
They're just throwing tennis balls at the wall.
What are you doing in the ballroom, Sage, right now?
It has good acoustics here, so I like to sing.
Right. Okay.
Or
So you were
practice my
here
singing.
singing as you approach the ballroom. Alan's like, do you think we should just go in, or do you think we should like wait till she's finished?
I don't know.
Just go in, Ellen. It'll be fine.
Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
We could like knock at the door. How about that?
Yeah, right.
All right. He belts the door a few times.
Okay.
You
I
hear the door
stop.
banging, and the door
Oh.
opens, and Alan steps in. It's just me and Alex and the doctor.
All right. Come in.
Thanks.
I'm not clothed. Just kidding.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Just about peed myself. So look, I called
You're a
up,
human, right?
yeah, called up the investigating what's his name? That dude. Frank Cole's investigator, right? So I made an appointment for tonight at 8:00. Is that all right with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right, so we can go around there. Pretty much we need to get our shit together and get going because it's going to take us an hour to get into town.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So if you want to get everyone together, I'll bring the car around.
All right. Yep. I'll put away my stuff. And,
All right.
make sure everyone's up and ready.
Right. Now, out of game, I'm thinking that Alan's bought a new car that's more appropriate.
We bought another car.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a motorbike.
Every day, a new car.
Well, it's only been 2 days. Come on. That's 2 cars.
Sounds like he's riding on Uther's resources, so why not?
Right. He's got his own resources, to be fair, too. He does have a fair.
That's right. He is a famous soccer player.
He's a famous soccer player, right? And this time it's a Rolls.
Oh my God.
Are you a mini Benjamin?
Well, I don't know. I figured.
I do like Benjamin. So.
Look, I talked to Benjamin about this, all right, and we came to a kind of conclusion that the places that you're going to be going and the people you're going to be meeting are going to be like older than us. They're going to be like, vampires and stuff, and some of them are going to be what Benjamin called like elders.
What, you mean vampires?
Yeah, like you, Jesus, shut up. And you're not Jesus neither. So anyway, I figured
we did come back from the dead and we drink the blood of things that technically could be Jesus.
Yeah, that's true. Never thought of that. 2 cars. One is for certain types of engagements and others is for like fast getaways and visiting nightclubs and shit, right?
Okay. So the Roy's is for what exactly? Which of those endeavors?
Well, if you're going to go and visit, like, I don't know, who is it? Like, they call them the prince or something? Like, we'd go in the Rolls for that, if we're going to go to see the art museum, the London Art Museum, doody-doo, la-di-da. You might need a Rolls.
You just wanted a fancy car, didn't you?
Oh, trust me, it's not my sort of car.
No, what's your sort of car then?
I'd drive a Lamborghini Diablo if it was up to me.
Fair. Okay.
Yep.
Proceed. Kate knows nothing about cars, by the way.
So anyway, probably get this rabble in the car. Jump in.
All right.
So am I driving, Miss Daisy, or what?
I mean,
somebody
do you trust
drop
me?
me
Yes.
off, please.
He's
Probably
driving.
I better drive, yeah. Right.
Are you going anywhere
Shotgun.
near he names the hotel?
So out of game, we've also got a hearse and a van with us, or just a hearse?
A van too. I'm driving. I'll drive the van.
Right. So
Follow
this is we've got like a little
Convoy.
envoy.
We'll drop you off,
Convoy,
Philippe. Don't
even.
worry.
I'm
We should
going in the
probably
rolls.
we should probably put the hearse at the front because we look like a funeral procession.
I will.
Right?
This is the oddest bloody procession I've ever seen in my life.
Before we go, are
for a
we all
funeral.
going to
We've got a
the?
Royce for a wedding and then just an undescript white van ready to kidnap everybody.
Are we going to the detective's
Has it
office
got free
together,
candy
or
on
is
this?
it just us?
It's an ice cream van. We're going to drop Philippe off and then we'll go to the PI, or me and Alexi can drop Philippe off and you can go to the PI straight. Or
So out of game, Philippe, you're not going to see the private investigator? You don't care about that?
No,
Okay, cool.
it is not my problem.
All right, cool. Okay, so you
The party.
so you drop Philippe off at his hotel. Is that right, Philippe?
It's at my hotel.
Okay. And so you're going to spend some time with Giorgio and Rosanna.
Yeah,
Or Rosa, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I might go with Philippe too and go look for some own personal missions.
Okay. Well, when you get there, Philippe is probably going to introduce you to Giorgio and Rosanna, Rosa, and Barry. You want to tell her a little bit about them before you get to them?
Oh, Giorgio and Rosanna they brought me up, you could say. They have been with me for all my life. They do not like to talk about. They know what I am, but they do not like to talk about it too much. They like to. It's just a funny thing with them, you know. So just go with the flow, and they know what. They probably will figure out what you are, as they know what I am. But you know, they look at me in a different way, you know.
Right. Oh, okay. So kind of like I'm meeting your parents and they don't like to know that you hang out with all the druggies. Cool.
Yeah, it is pretty much like that. Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
It's pretty much like that. Exactly. I am, you know, I am sorry that you had to put up with such a thing, but
That's fine.
they are
Mum's
happy.
the word.
Mhm. Okay.
Mum's the word.
Okay.
Okay, so you take her into the hotel where you're staying with Giorgio and Rosa, and Giorgio opens the door as you get there. You ring the bell and he opens the door. Ah, Philippe, you're here at last. And who is this lady with you?
Oh, it is the dear new friend of mine that I have met.
Oh, welcome.
Nice to meet you.
And very nice to meet you also. I'm Giorgio, and Rosa is she's just baking scones now. You want something like that? Hungry?
No, I'm okay, thank you.
Oh, very well. Come inside. Come inside.
Okay.
You have everything you need, Philippe.
Oh yes. She is Georgia. I must talk to you in private for a second.
Of course. Come. What did you say your name was? I'm so sorry.
Kit.
Kit, like in, like
Kitty.
Oh, of course. Like I understand. Please wait here in the living room. There's that. He gestures to the couch and the TV is on and stuff. All right. So Giorgio goes out of the room with Philippe.
Giorgio, I know that
Yes.
Rosa does not like to bring these things up.
Mm.
So I am telling you, you know the lady that made me what I am today?
Yes.
The same lady made my friend over there. So
Ah.
we are like, for a better word, like brother and sister. Huh? Brother and sister, you might say.
So this is the family.
This is the family, yes.
Ah, very interesting. I'll talk to Rosa. Okay.
She is not as what can we say? She is not as affluent as we are. So I would like to help her if possible. And I would like you and Rosa to help her if possible.
Yes, of course. Philippe, if you ask, of course. She's like family to us. It's also no
Thank
problem.
you. Thank you very much.
Of course.
You know how to handle this with Rosa, do you not?
Does your friend Kit, she have any special things that she needs or wants? Anything we can help her with straight away?
Apart from a new wardrobe and a place to live?
Mhm. I will look into this. Maybe we can get a tailor here.
Yeah, well, we better ask her opinion. We do not want to push ourselves upon her.
Kit's getting like 4 new wardrobes in each episode. At this point, she's got like a closet that's so huge and nowhere to live.
And nowhere to put it, right?
And nowhere to put it. It's just getting dumped in random places.
But she does need a room. She does need a room of her own.
Oh,
that
a
she
room.
can do
Oh,
her-
so okay. I understand. Okay, so accommodation too, right?
Yes,
I understand.
Accommodation.
Very well. So this is going on, and they organize you a room and a bed, a wardrobe and stuff, and they look after you.
Amazing.
You get looked after like your family, and you meet
I love
Rosa,
it.
and they're very, very lovely people. They seem, they for all intents and purposes, you wouldn't know that they were ghouls. They wouldn't know they had anything to do with vampires. They just come off as two very. Then they're a couple.
I honestly don't know if Kit would know what to do with someone treating her like their family.
Right.
She's very overwhelmed.
Well, they just seem to be doing their best to make you comfortable, and they don't sort of push you too hard either. So they're not too prying or anything either. Meantime, everybody else is on their way to the private investigator. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So you get to
Three
Frank
different
Cole's
cars.
investigator. All right. And so this is the place. You want me to come in, or you? I made the appointment in your name, Sage.
Of course, I want you to come in.
Or I could stay out here and watch the place from outside to make sure nobody's following you, or anyone tries to sneak up. I can break their legs or something.
Kind of like having you close by, actually. From what I saw yesterday, you could
Right.
handle yourself. I was concerned.
What did I do yesterday? Oh, right,
You punched that guy, and then he punched you. But
Well, yeah, that hurt. But not as much as I thought it was going to hurt, to be honest. I was kind of surprised. It kind of bounced back pretty fast, right?
Mhm.
Surprising. Right. So, yeah.
if you're going to be punching people, you should probably, punch them up close, right? So hang out with me, because trouble follows me like crazy.
Right. Okay. So, right, let's go.
Right.
Parks up. Parks the car. You'll get
Run
out.
behind them.
All right.
Get out.
Yeah,
park
we
up
have
behind.
3 different cars. So
Right. All right. Of course.
yeah,
Of course. So,
for
right.
some reason.
Right. Okay. So, excusez-moi. You go inside, and the door is in fact open, and there is a waiting room, and this sort of funny-looking guy comes out. Hi. Good evening, everyone. I'm Frank Coles. I'm private investigator Frank Coles. You have an appointment tonight. You must be Sage.
That's me. This is Alexis, Dr. John Shipman.
Out of game, Alexis. Are you using Mask of a Thousand Faces, or are you
I do not have it. I've just got my bandaged faceless.
Are you
bandaged face?
obfuscated then?
No, I've just got my face bandaged
right.
up as I usually would do.
Okay,
Like
so
a burn victim kind of
And
looking
then-
guy.
And
Frank
then
looks
Mrs.
at
Allen.
you, kind of gives you a double take. Yes. Oh, right. Oh, you're the man that made the appointment. Of course. Come in, and shut the door. And takes you into this office. It appears to have fake wood paneling. If anybody watched Breaking Bad, this guy reminds you of Saul Goodman.
Nice.
At least his office does. So now, what's the nature of the problem here? You wanted to see me desperately. You're looking. Is it a breakup? Somebody's been kidnapped, ransom.
Someone that has been in jail for 15 years for something that they didn't end up doing. But the issue is the cop that planted evidence. So
I
that's what-
see. So start scribbling down notes. In fact, do you mind if I record this conversation?
I'm gonna look at the others.
His finger is hovering over the button.
Alexis.
I don't even know why we're here.
I don't mind, but I won't be saying anything at the same time.
Okay,
So Alexis literally says that.
that's fine.
Sorry, not
Ignore
Alexis, I
John,
mean Dr. Shipman.
who doesn't know.
All right. And click, and the tape starts rolling. So your name is Sage. You have a last name, Sage?
Sage Blackwood.
Sage Blackwood. He's writing this down as well. And we're going to be investigating a detective. Is that correct?
His name is it's Detective Inspector. Is that right? Detective
Mhm.
Inspector Vane. Vane.
Vane.
Yes.
And do you have any details for this fellow? And what do you
No.
suspect him of having done?
Planting evidence.
Planting evidence in which case?
It was the case of. Go for. Is there a title for this? Oh,
It probably is a title that you probably read at some point, so we'll just say that you tell
There
him.
was a case number on the evidence box as well
There would be a case number. Yeah.
okay.
that you should.
Do you
find.
remember that stuff, Alexi?
What was that?
Because
Okay.
like you took notes from what you could see. Like Sage saw you write down stuff. So do you perhaps have the case number? That sort of stuff.
I don't have it written down on my notes, but Alexi might have done.
I would
this, I'm
suspect
sure.
Alexi has the case number. I
Yep.
would think so.
Sweet.
It's the sort of thing that he would record. All right. Okay, so the guy takes a bunch of notes and writes down any pertinent things. So out of game, what are you, anything specific you want him to do that you're going to pay him to do, and any kind of requirements or stipulations you would like to make? We can sort of fast track them.
Truth is, this guy went to jail for my murder, but I'm not dead. If you could ignore that part, the fact that I'm not that person, that'd be great.
Okay.
I mean, if you do find out the true identity of the girl, that would be great. But currently, the main thing is to find out about the detective.
I see.
He might have been working for someone or whatever. I don't know. But
all right, I'll begin looking into this. We'll start straight away. And will I be contacting you with information directly, or your friend here, Mr. Alan? What's Alan's last name again?
Stevenson.
Stevenson.
You could contact Mr. Stevenson here.
Mr. Stevenson, like that. Nice.
He'll be available during the day. So
very well then. That will be all then for now.
Very
Great.
good.
I'll be in touch.
All right. Thank you.
Have a wonderful night, and yes, nice to meet you all. He shows you out.
Right. I hope that was everything covered. Searching brain. Because
searching brain. Roll a brain search.
Finds nothing. No searches found.
Right. No, nothing found. Correct. Okay.
I actually message my Nosferatu contact the detective's name and ask him to send me any information that he can come up with.
Okay. All right. They say they'll look into it and they'll probably get back to you shortly, because apparently they have a hack into the Scotland Yard mainframe.
Alrighty.
Oh. Nosferatu.
Yeah. Does this
Very
info
cool.
broker have a name?
Who are you asking?
Just you.
You're asking
just-
who has a name?
Does this guy that I messaged, does he have a name, or should I just come up with something?
Give me a moment. Now, out of game, this contact, this is not your sire. This is
the information broker that's separate under contacts.
Let's make it Winston.
All right. My brood mate.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Cheers, man.
Okay, cool. He'll get back to you shortly. So meanwhile, over the next 15 minutes, what do people do?
Play Snake. Drive.
At the same time?
Why not? Jump in a roll. I spend a willpower. No. No, not at the same time.
You want to play
silly.
that game? You want to play that game? You sure?
I'm relatively sensible, so no.
That's true.
I'll keep my mind on driving.
All right, Dr. Shipman, what are you're driving? You're still in your hearse, I assume?
No, I went with them in whichever car they went
Where
in.
is the
I left the
hearse?
hearse. I think we left it back at
Uthers?
Uthers.
Okay.
Yeah, I left it there.
Okay.
Is that
It's full of Kitty's clothes. It's too heavy to drive.
It's like it's basically scraping over every bump now because of the clothes. It's a lot of clothes. Okay. Well, we don't have Caitlin here, so I can't go back to you guys. All right. So what are you doing next, Sage? Where are you heading next? Do you have a recording session this evening?
I don't know. Do you know?
Do I know? I actually don't know. I'm not sure. We can decide whether or not you do. Would you like to?
Yeah.
And I am thinking what I might do is let's make a Google spreadsheet calendar and share it. That way we can put all the time slots for all of your appointments for all the characters, for everybody, for the whole game, into that.
I'm not fully confident with my songs at the moment, so I probably can't tell you what she would be recording today.
Right.
I want to make sure I'm like fully confident with it before I just go ham with it.
Fair enough.
See. Oh, yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe I could. I mean, I don't. Maybe.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. Yeah. I could.
Okay. So you go and do another recording session.
Yeah.
All right. That sounds good. Excellent. Excellent.
I'm like, Alan, do you want to come in? No. Do you like my songs? Or
What, me? Do I like
Yeah.
your songs? Of
Yeah.
course I like your
Are
songs.
they
What-
boring to you?
Well, you know, it's not exactly what I probably would have chosen to listen to like a week ago, but or maybe 3 weeks ago. But you know, it's nice. I
Aw.
getting the fucking, the bug, right?
I'll just touch his face. Thank you for your honesty.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate it. Right. You don't have to come if you don't want. If you want to do something else instead, I could just record and then maybe you can get some cheeky Nando's or something. Although I do
Cheeky
like watching
Nando's.
you eat cheeky Nando's.
That is weird.
It's not weird. I just can't eat anymore.
Yeah, but have you ever been watched while you're eating? It's fucking strange, right?
Okay, yes, that's fair. That
It
is
is.
fair.
It's like cats don't like being watched being eaten or eating. Neither. You definitely don't want to watch being watched while you're being eaten. That's a
That's
whole other
true.
thing.
Actually, I mean, nowadays I don't mind. I try to have fun when I eat, but bit of a voyeur.
Right. So anyway, moving right along. Meanwhile, back at the Gratiano residence, Kitty and Philippe. It is getting to midnight now.
So
Okay.
is your room okay?
Oh, it's fabulous. It's amazing. However, I do actually need to go and find something to drink.
Or
Did-
as do I.
Right. So would you like to accompany me?
If you know you wouldn't rather it be private, I'll come with you if you
Hey,
don't mind.
Philippe is Gratiano. Is Giorgio.
What?
You have an appointment for 1 o'clock. It's
Yeah.
Right.
1 hour. 1 hour. You have
We
to
need-
be there.
Need to take him to see the prince.
Yes, I've got to do that. Hang on. I'll go quickly, do what I have to do, and then get ready for the prince. Do you
Right.
want to come with me or
Would you like me to come with you?
oh yeah, I would not mind. I would not mind.
I will gladly come with you to see the prince.
What is
Right.
the name of my sire, Russell?
Messiah,
Sophia Hayes.
Sophia Hayes.
Sophia Hayes. Of Chicago.
Right. Okay. And so you guys go and feed. Whereabouts do you feed? How do you feed? Let's have a speed through of that.
I probably just go find a nightclub somewhere and just go find someone who's drunk and won't remember it. So it's
All
fine.
right. So you use your disciplines
Yeah.
somewhat, your presence mostly, I assume.
Yes,
Okay.
presents.
Very good. I'm not going to make you roll this time. Look at my grace and majesty.
Thank you. I'll get there one day.
Right. And you drive into the prince's to the Houses of Parliament this time, and park up at the required location. You go into the back entrance, where there are security guards who look like they might be MI5 or MI6 or something. Pretty flash, but very nondescript, all at the same time.
Okay.
And they take you down and into the building, and then they lead you down underground.
One more
Um,
time, Russell. What was the name?
Her name?
Yeah,
Sophia.
Sophia. That's
Sophia
right.
Hayes.
I'm getting nervous because I'm facing the prince.
Sophia Hayes.
Sophia Hayes.
Yeah. All right. Out of game, Caitlin, you've met the prince, haven't you?
Yes, I met him when Bishop was getting reprimanded for making a new childer.
Right.
So that was my introduction, which is why I was talking about meeting him under better circumstances.
Right. So this time you go in, and rather than going into the large court chamber, which you met him in last time with the water flowing through there and the bridge and the throne and all of that highfalutin jazz, they lead you into a smaller room, which is beautifully decorated. And there's a couple of young ladies dressed like they're wearing long ruffly dresses with fans, and they have a lot of heavy caked makeup on them, and they have very big hairstyles that might be, I don't know if you have academics dice. Do you have any academics? Philippe, you might recognize them. Let's give me a look here at your stats.
Academia is not Kit's strong suit.
Right. Why will this fucking page not load? Reloading, roll 20. Here we go. That was actually pretty fast. Academics. We don't have any academics either. Okay, never mind. Just make an intelligence check. You can both make straight, flat intelligence checks. Philippe has 1 success. Kitty, is that 0?
Nada.
Nada. Okay, you've got no idea who these people are, but Philippe, you suspect they might be dressed as like 18th or 17th century prostitutes.
All right.
And the prince is sitting on a large chair there with one of the girls is fanning him. And he looks over to her and he waves her away, which is all very incongruous because he looks like a 12-year-old boy with long golden hair cut, cropped shoulder length. He looks up at you and he says, well, my Toreador cousins are here. Do come in.
Hello, Your Majesty.
I move in.
He,
Go to one knee.
Kit bows.
there are, of course, multiple human servants in this room besides these 3 prostitutes.
Okay.
Well, welcome to London, he says, looking at you, Philippe.
Thank you, my prince.
And you are the child of
Sophia Hayes, my prince.
Sophia Hayes. Yes, I believe I have heard this before. This makes the pair of you broodmates.
That is correct.
And we are, by extension, cousins. Interesting.
Yes.
Interesting. So you have fulfilled your requirement now of visiting the prince upon arrival here.
Yes,
Well done.
my prince.
Is there anything that we here in the court can do for you?
Not at the moment, my prince, except to say you have a wonderful city.
Thank you.
Is there anything we could do for you, Your Majesty?
I am thinking on this, not presently. What is the nature of your business here, Gatiana?
I have an art exhibition that I must arrange.
Of course. Well, you will, of course, inform us of its appearance so that we may make our own appearances, yes?
I hope it will be worthy of you, my prince.
Well, I'm sure that someone will tell me if it is, and I will appear.
Yes, my friend. Philippe doesn't get up off his knee yet until he's told.
Please, you do not need to be at ease, my friend.
Thank you, my friend.
This is not necessary. Only in the Grand Court do we observe such archaic fashions. Here, I prefer to keep a relaxed court among my friends and colleagues. We meet like this in the Grand Court, perhaps once a month, but every other night, if you come to find me, you will find me probably in a place like this, or perhaps in a library. There are other places too, Elysium.
I hope I have not offended you, my prince, in any way.
Sorry. No, monsieur, of course, you have not offended me. No, in no way. In no way. But Monsieur Gratiano, I hope that you are aware that your colleague here, your broodmate, has been through much trauma of recent. You should.
She has.
Yes.
I am not aware. She has not told me these things.
Well, you should seek to look after her.
I am doing my best.
He's treated me kindly. It is always good to have family around.
Excellent. And what of the rest of your coterie, Kitty?
They seem to be doing okay.
Yes. I have concerns that the Sabbat that you have encountered in Norway, in Oslo, will make some sort of reprisal against us. And by us, of course, I mean you.
Right, yes. We haven't encountered any of them recently, but we are definitely looking into it and preparing for the worst, just in case, because it is always best to be prepared.
Yes, I think that is wise. I think you should be careful, because I have done my own research, and these vampires that you've spoken of, their names, it seems, are known to the inner circle of the Camarilla. And these vampires, they are very dangerous, and they have dangerous friends. They are not the sort to be taken lightly, and they will, they are known to seek revenge for this type of thing.
Okay, that is good to know.
But you will need to be careful. Do not let your guard down. It may take them years. It could be a long time before they make their move, or it could be tonight.
Right. Well, we've got anything but time.
Of course.
Thank you for your wise words, my prince.
You're most welcome. So, what else can you tell me, Gratiano? How is our Prince Montague?
He is well. Last time I saw him, I have had to do some restoration on some of his paintings. But he was fine when I saw him, my prince.
That is good. Well, I would not wish to take up too much of your time. Thank you so much for fulfilling these traditions of ours and visiting us this night.
Thank you so much for your time, my prince.
Of course.
And if I can be of any service in any way, please.
Thank you. I appreciate this. You do have the number of my head retainer, Andre Bazin.
Yes, I believe we do.
Very well.
Yes, thank you very much for receiving us at this time.
Of course, of course. Well, good night then. I must go. There is a choir that I must attend shortly. It will be at Argane. What's the name of the main cathedral in London? It's escaped my mind. Barry, I bet you know the answer to this.
The Westminster Cathedral.
Yes, there is a performance at Westminster that I must attend. simply must see.
Don't let us hold you up then.
Good night, then. You enjoy your nights.
Good night. And
Very well.
and Kitty bows and walks out of the room again.
Right. It is a little odd that at 1 a.m. he's off to see a cathedral choir play, but hey, if you're the Prince of London, I'm sure you can arrange these things.
I mean, I'm not going to question it.
Fair call. Fair call. Right, so the pair of you head off out of the Prince's chambers and back out to the real world.
So, what we do? It is your city? Let's do something.
I mean, I'm relatively new to it, but let's go for a walk.
Pause.
Have you?
Sage,
Yes.
you're recording, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So let's have three. Let's have 3 charisma and performance checks, please.
Okay.
And you can.
Okay. 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 Calm
Wow,
down.
6 successes! Holy crap! That was the next hit single.
Yeah. If you do the whole like the amount of dice thing, it would be 7.
Wow, 7 successes! Holy crap! Okay, cool.
So that's 1. Okay. Actually, I'm gonna write these down. I will forget.
Yep. Assign them to titles, if you will.
Okay. So 3. Oh, that one wasn't as good. You stupid ones. I'll kill you.
Maybe-
I'll fucking end you.
Maybe you're like so sort of spent on that first song, you're so your head's still in the previous song.
Yeah.
It's an interlude.
An interlude. Yep. And your third check.
All right.
Maybe this is
Oh,
it's
this
just
is
getting
super
worse.
bad. Yeah.
So I
Distracted.
think Victor Stent, what's his name? Mr. Stent says
Tim.
all right.
Sorry.
Timothy, right? Tim Stent. He says, all right, well, I think we've got our 1 hit for tonight. I don't think we should push it any further.
Sorry, I might have been distracted. I have a lot going on.
All right. And he says, I'm working on getting a music video up and running in 2 weeks. I am
Wow.
going to start shooting. We've booked the studio. we've got a couple of directors. I want you to choose one of them, and then we can move ahead.
All right. Awesome.
So I'm going to send you their show reels. I'm going to get you a DVD. In fact, gets his assistant. Here's a DVD with 3 different directors' show reels.
Okay,
You can
thank
choose
you.
one of those.
Need to find a DVD player. Oh, where?
Right.
But yeah, this song's gonna be called Bloodlust, which is
Bloodlust.
about keeping yourself from being consumed by the desire of blood, or not specifically blood, but by something.
By desire.
Addiction.
By
Consumed by
desire. Yeah.
How right. Okay.
So that's what that one's going to be called.
Very good.
Sweet.
Shipman, where are you right now? Are you still hanging out with Sage and her lot, or are you?
I guess if I was allowed to be there, but otherwise I would have gone back to the hospital to do
don't think-
surgeries.
Nobody would stop you.
Yeah, if you like to watch Alan eat Nando's.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll watch him eat Nando's.
That's probably just as fascinating as surgery.
I guess if I got paged for it, maybe. But
Right.
I don't think
So-
I have been.
So, question then: are you still on the official list of doctors? Like, are you still a real practicing doctor?
I am, yes.
Right. Okay. So you actually have clients.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm
How
more
do-
of a surgeon though.
Right.
Sorry.
So, right. You're a surgeon. Okay. So you get
Yeah.
called in for operations.
Yep.
Do you have
Only
any-
at night.
Do you have control over those? Are they emergency operations? Or
I
something like
think-
that. Or?
I think I probably would in a way I would do my best to do all of them that I was called for, but I imagine that I can talk my way out of doing some if it
Necessary.
came to that. Yeah.
Right.
Have a private practice you can be referred to, and you take your own
clients. So you would have some flexibility in who you looked after and who you didn't.
As a surgeon?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
They do. They have a whole bunch of little sidekicks that decide what gets
Yeah.
done. Yeah.
Currently waiting on my specialist to send me some tests that I need to go get done before she will even see me. So yes, they get to tell you when who can come in and when you can't come in.
Mhm.
Right. Okay. And Alexis, what are you doing?
I would have messaged them that I'm going off to go shopping and just driven off.
Right. Alexis, while you're driving, your phone rings.
All right. I answer it whilst driving. It's not against the law yet.
It's Winston.
Yo,
Your night is good, I assume.
yeah. So far, nobody stabbed me.
Most excellent. You're looking into a detective investigator, Julian Vane. Yes.
Yes.
He has contacts. I am suspicious of him myself. He has slipped through the net more than once. He has been involved in investigations that have been closed down. 4 of them so far. Murders and the death of a judge 2 years ago.
Nothing to do with us vampires, though. Well, us kindred, though, right?
Well, that's where things become interesting. Because this judge was the mortal resource or retainer of a Ventru. The Ventru. His name is Hans Brakova. 7th generation child of Ivanovich. So to be clear, Hans Brakova's ghoul, judge, was shot dead in his apartment. There was some cursory attempt to make this look as if it had been some sort of break-in and murder. But we know better. Yes, we do.
Sounds like we need to be careful then. Thank you for this, Matt.
I think I can find more on this. Certainly. I'll send you the file of Detective Investigator Julian Vane.
Thank you.
Very good. It seems to have some special training, Julian Vane, and certain parts of his file have been omitted. Would you like to know my suspicions?
Go for it.
I think he works in the intelligence community. I suspect he is some sort of ex-spy, perhaps MI5 or 6, who knows? But I see method in this madness here. I have his address for you, though.
Go on.
Here it is.
Gives you the address.
Wife, 2 children, kindergarten, elementary school. Yes. Wife is a concert pianist. Not an especially good one, I might add. I've looked into this.
Thank you.
I think he may have used his influence to find her such a position. I can only imagine some diplomat.
It's always who you know.
Vane speaks 4 languages. One of them is Russian. Curious, isn't it?
Yes.
I have images of him here at a shooting range. He has interest in some fairly serious weapons. There's somebody in the background of 2 of these pictures, though. I can't tell who they are. They seem to be blurred out. But I'm curious if I can get these pictures somehow enhanced, or if we can find the original of these images. We might be able to find more.
Thank you.
For now, I think that's all I have. But I'll be in touch. Good night, then.
Good night.
And your sire sends his regards.
Tell him I say hi.
I will. Yes. Good night, then.
Good night.
Click.
And carry on to a late night department store.
Late night department store, like Harrods, for example.
Yeah, why not?
All right. What are you doing at the department store?
I am attempting to buy the laptop I'm posting in Discord.
In Discord. Okay, let me have a look at Discord.
And
Oh, wow.
it's awesome. And just like microphones, recording instruments, that sort of stuff.
Right.
And a backpack.
And it looks pretty robust as well. So
Yeah. It's actually called a Tough Book CF27.
I remember those. I thought they were cool.
Yeah, man. I don't know how tough they are in real life, but you know.
Right. For sure.
It was 95.
Yeah. And you can use your mobile as internet in 1992. So I checked.
Wow. Okay. Okay, cool. I don't know.
But now I can check the news in the morning.
I think that you can get this laptop. I'll make sure you can get it, but I don't think you can get it from Harrods.
Yep.
So
I will order it in as well as like recording stuff, wires and that then.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Go
Well,
home, make an internet order.
All right. Very good. So you're back at your own apartment making an internet order.
Yep.
Apartment. Where do you stay again? You've got an apartment.
That's my house behind a pub in the dodgy part of London.
That's right. That's right.
Yep, access to the sewer and a little like safe house that I sleep in underground.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
After speaking, I did a little bit of thought and added some more stuff. Like I've got cameras and actual proper, well, almost raid-proof doors, like steel doors.
Wow. Okay, cool.
There is bars over my windows because it is a dodgier part of town. So it is just naturally what's going on.
Okay.
If you don't want your shit stolen, you get bars over your windows.
All right. What was I going to ask you? Oh, we talked about the band.
Yeah. My random punk.
Did you have names for those guys?
One moment. I think I did. I've come up with names. Where are we? Right, we've got Sid. He plays guitar.
He's right.
Yep.
Sid, Lance, Liam, Nikki, and Jessica.
Yep. I know Jessica's just some random groupie that hangs out with them.
Okay.
And that's how my contact drug dealing ties into it all too. Just
right
through that one.
All right, cool. Very good.
What goes up? Jesus.
So who else has some agenda for this evening at this point?
John is watching Alan with his Nando's. I think that's quite important.
That's true. Right. John, you spend some time watching Alan eating Nando's. And Alan looks up at you. He's like, do you really have to do that?
Just longing for Nando's. You know,
Why don't you
I miss it so much.
have you thought about like putting some in your mouth and just holding it there? Can you taste stuff? Like you must be able to taste it, right?
I don't think so. And to be fair, I haven't tried as soon as I learnt that I don't need to eat. I just stopped.
Just
Takes too much time.
freaking cold turkey, mate, just like that.
Yeah, well, why waste time on something I don't need?
Right. Well, look, he puts the fork down and turns the plate around towards you. Goes, why don't you just try? Who knows? You might be able to taste something.
All right.
All right. So you put some in your mouth and you can taste it for sure. It's, well, there you go. What do you think? Sorry about the sauce, though. It's fucking hot.
Do I feel spice?
Yes.
Probably not.
I don't see why not.
Does it affect me the same way it would affect a normal person?
Well, let's have a look here, Dr. Shipman. Let me look at your stats. First question is, what's your humanity? Not very high. Second question.
Really?
Why are we so surprised by that? Let me see your physical stats. Why don't you make a stamina check? Straight
Is that just
stamina,
rolling the tens?
Two dice, just 2 dice, yeah. 2d10s. A 3 and a 1.
Oh no.
Oh dear. Okay. You suddenly find that it's causing you to gag, and you sort of choke on it and spit it out, and you spit out bits of chicken and blood onto the surface of the table in front of Alan, and some of it goes on his plate, and he's like, "Oh fuck." I'm
Maybe
sorry.
I shouldn't have done that.
Oh, sorry. Probably shouldn't have asked you about that. That's probably
That's
my
okay.
fault.
It's curious.
It's all right. Why don't we? I'll get some more. You can have that one if you want it, or you can chuck it. Probably best to chuck it. I'm going to get another plate.
Yeah, I'll go and scrape it into the bin.
All right. You notice a couple of teenage girls sitting over in the corner of Nando's. They smell like cigarettes and weed. They're looking at you guys like they're disgusted. They're giving you this look that only teenage girls can look at you with. The level of disdain is horrendous.
I'm going to go over there.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to ask if...
You're
waving? Just waving to Kit.
Oh,
because
okay.
she left. But you're good.
My camera's decided to bug out, so it's not working. So I tried resetting my computer, but it's like the light is on and it says it's on, but I can't see myself.
The lights are on, but nobody's home.
Yeah. So
sorry.
It's very odd.
Okay. Sorry, please continue, Dr. Shipman. You go to
I'm going to go over and ask if I can buy some weed off them.
They
have any.
Look up at you, and then they start giggling. Let me see. Any of them has the wherewithal to actually sell you weed.
You look like a cop.
I'm in like a full doctor's outfit.
You look like a doctor. Can't wait to see how this goes. Good luck.
One of them looks up at you and says, looks around the room. There's nobody around because it's the middle of the freaking night, right? Nando's. She goes, you want to buy how much? The other girls are like giggling, like, you can't do that, Lorraine. You can't do that. He could be a cop. He's not a cop. Look at him. He's dressed like a doctor. Come on.
How much do you have?
Quarter. Could probably sell you a quarter.
And
I'll
how
get
much
you
is
some
that?
more if you want it. Or £100.
I'm gonna dominate her mind and say £50.
Okay, you can make your dominate check, please. She goes, nah, don't think so, mate. Don't think so.
All right, I'll give her £100.
She slides a bag across the table to you. There you go. No, fuck off out of here before somebody comes and catches us.
Yeah, I just turn and walk away.
All right, and the girls.
I'm gonna give it to Sage.
Sage here. She's Sage.
Oh, I
not
thought
here,
she
no.
was.
And you're here
Oh,
with
she
Alan.
recording? I'm just here with Alan.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give it to Alan. Here you go.
Well, thanks, mate. That's awesome.
That's
man.
for ruining your Nando's.
Oh, you didn't have to do that, mate. You didn't have to do
What a
that. No
GC.
worries. Right. And so you guys leave Nando's, I'm imagining, about now, as the girls head off and they kind of giggle and laugh as they're going out. And one of them goes, do you want some more, man?
Is this a different person?
A different one of the girls. The same group of girls, but different one of the girls.
Did he actually get sold weed in the first place?
He did.
All right.
Can I dominate another person? Because since it's a different group.
Yep, for sure. Same group, different girl.
I'm gonna say, well, you can give me some for free since you were so rude to me.
Okay, roll for your dominate. She goes, yeah, look, sorry about that. Yeah, and she goes over to one of the other girls and, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, this is my weed and I can do it if I want to. She takes out her part of her bag out of the other girl's handbag. She comes over to you and she grabs your hand and sticks it in your hand. She goes, there you go.
Thank you.
And she turns around and she's like, the other girl's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, I don't know. I don't know.
I am quickly exiting.
All right. So you exit with Alan. You get in Alan's rolls, I assume, and you drive off. Okay. Last calls for anybody that wants to do something in this game tonight.
Kit would probably check in on that secret thing.
That secret thing.
Yeah.
How much did she give me, by the way, just quickly?
Oh, it's like a baggie.
Quality on a D10. No.
It's just a brick.
It's it's like a bag, like
You've
a
definitely got
$50
screwed over,
bag.
in my opinion. 99.
It's a quarter ounce.
Right.
Oof.
I don't know what you would call it because I've never smoked weed.
Okay. Okay.
I certainly didn't smoke weed in Los Angeles for 5 years.
I hope you surely don't smoke it now either.
I absolutely, oddly enough, I don't smoke it now.
Oh.
I mean, unless you're giving it to me, but I wouldn't buy it. That's for sure.
Oh, if you're ever down in Christchurch, we'll catch up then.
Sounds good. Right. So quality wise, I rolled a 7 for this weed. It's pretty good.
Nice.
By the way. Okay. Now, what was the secret business you're on about, Kit? What are you
She's gonna go check in on Thomas and make sure he's all right.
Tom. Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry, my brain.
That's so good.
I can't remember everybody's backstory at the same time.
Fine.
Okay.
Or names.
Let me quickly look into this. Right. So you go and visit the Miller family.
Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna go inside. I'm just gonna sort of have a look and be creepy.
Right. Do you want to make a wits and investigation check for us? Please?
Yep. Sorry, my computer's been bugging out. Like all of you froze before, and I was just like, "Great, this is fun."
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, this is what happens when I use the laptop instead of the actual computer.
Right. What did you get there? Wits and investigation.
Investigation. One success. Oh my.
Summon. It's summoned.
Right. Well, you managed to find. You find the address. You find the house.
Mhm.
but it's really late at night and it's dark and there's nobody awake. All the lights are out. And
Technically 2 successes if you count the number of dice as well.
then you discover they have a guard dog as well. So there's a fairly large Alsatian living at this address. But it is a reasonable house. It's a middle-class house in West London. Yep. Nothing particularly out of the ordinary besides that. You unfortunately don't get to see the person that you're here to see because it's the middle of the night and they're most likely asleep with the rest of their family.
That's check. They were all right.
But you've made inroads.
Which is fine. And then I would go and find someone to eat.
Okay. Very well. So you would say that you are fed.
Yes.
Very
And
good.
healed from that 2 damage that I took before.
All right.
Did we ever end up finding out if Lionel did okay in his parole hearing?
Oh yeah, how did that go?
Right. Nobody asked. Lionel is waiting on the results for his parole hearing. He had the hearing, but there's been no word as of yet what the outcome was. Alan, however, can furnish you with the list of the names of the people on the board.
Jesus. Okay.
Which he has had some assistance discovering, but they are, some of them are cops, some of them are justice workers, and some of them are counselors. One of them is a priest.
Okay.
And so before you go to bed, Alan says to you, I've got this list. Do you want me to do anything about it? Apparently that guy Dimitri has offered to, knock him off if you want, but I'm guessing you don't want to do that.
No, not really.
So, yeah, do you want me to look into any particular part of this or just let it happen?
Honestly, I would love to know the result before I go snooping into anyone's business. But if you can, yeah, I guess just to find out everyone's on board. Don't put yourself in danger or anything.
I'll see what I can find out overnight.
Over a day.
Over a day. Yeah. All right. So, out of game, I would like everyone to tell me what they've got anything coming up in the next game that I need to prep.
Oh, we still need to find this fucking house. Oh my god.
Right.
Tanya's taking care of it. It's fine. Tanya's taking care of it.
We need to do it out. Well,
May and
do it herself anyway.
Catherine have been talking, but I'm going to start probably decking out the airfield base as the start of my little intelligence network.
Okay.
Get some computers and stuff in there.
Right. Which is interesting because it's a Bruja project, but somehow the Nosferatu are in there. Isn't that interesting how they managed to get in there? Just straight in there, slipped right in there. Nobody even asked or said boo.
Yeah, I've got a long list of
she
stuff
might
that
have
I'm
problems
pacing
when I
myself.
find out. But
Oh, you ran off. We're doing the best we can with what we got.
I think
I haven't run off at all. You just don't know what I'm doing.
I'd like to work with Uther a bit more.
So you've run off and have bad communication
stuff.
skills. Okay, all right.
Okay, so Sage, you're building up experience points towards your next path.
Yes.
All right.
I honestly have so much experience points.
You've got XP to spend on it?
So many. So many points.
All right. Well,
I could afford multiple, but I think I just want to pace myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would like a different path.
All right. So for tonight's game, everyone can have 2 experience points.
Yeah.
General experience points.
I want
Sage,
heaps
if
of
you want to
random
spend-
disciplines.
Sage, if you want to get a first dot in a thaumaturgical path, you can. We
Cool.
will begin with Lure of Flames, I think is the name of the path.
Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay.
That's super cool.
Like for the default magic and vampire, that's such a tough like path.
Right.
I was happy with anything, whatever Uther wished to teach me. I thought he would have picked the one that was closer to his spirit, to Igigi.
Well, we can do that if you prefer. He will ask you what you would want to do.
Fire one is pretty cool, but Igigi is really, that's what I'm calling it now. That's very utility and
Very helpful, whereas
well,
fire
you said
very.
that's true. That's true.
Well, you will find that Lure of Flames is the path that he stole off the Tremere.
Oh, we'll go with that then. Okay. Or the path of flames. Fun. Gonna have to learn how to use it.
Yeah.
But awesome, thank you. And that is so apparently that one costs only 7 according to this little thingy here.
Cool.
Can't wait for a Mask of 1,000 Faces so I can run around looking like Ellen.
Oh my god.
That's gonna be amazing. I love that.
I think that's what I think I'm going to try and spend next on, is because it makes it so much easier walking around than just random bandages.
But there's like 2 Allens.
Well, I'm not saying I'm going to be Ellen, but you know,
I'm
like
gonna be
Mask of
so
1,000
confused.
Faces is like just a bit handier. I can look like average Joe and walk around without people looking at me weirdly.
I love it. So good. I mean, to be fair, in London, you can walk around weirdly and people don't tend to give 2 looks at you, so it's fine.
No.
Surely you would have enough points for that if you went to
Well,
learn it.
Well, I want to be a like a investigator, detective, bounty hunter kind of thing. So
Super cute. I love it.
not
Oh.
just people, stuff, things.
Fair enough.
Kind of
about you,
like Beckett
fellas?
without a hard on for the nod.
What about you guys? What would you put your points to? John?
Mine's going into Dominate and also Obfuscate.
So my question for you is, do you want to put it directly into the discipline, or do you want to put it into the stats that actually make the discipline work? That's what I would consider, because
I've put my XP into another Dominate. So it's now Mind Rewrite or whatever it is.
you have to learn that though. You need someone to teach
Oh, I have
you
to
that.
learn it?
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
Hit up your sire.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, I would talk with my sire.
Felipe can probably teach me presence eventually because I don't have any dots in presence.
I spent 2
If
dots
you
in
wanna-
mentor
if you wanna-
to make it a bit easier.
If you want to put experience points into abilities or skills, you don't need any permission for that, but they can't go any higher than 5. If you want to spend it on a new discipline, or you want to advance a discipline, then we have to talk about how you're going to role play that and where you learned it from. Because disciplines do not just come out of your ass, especially if they're non-clan disciplines, doubly so, but even clan disciplines are difficult to learn.
What happens if you're an ass or might?
Then you might be an ass and might not.
True.
Okay, that's pretty bad.
Bad jokes are awesome.
Bad jokes. All right. There you
Very
go.
good.
Fair
Cool.
enough.
Thank you.
Aw.
We have to
Maybe
throw
next time
fireballs
I
at
can
people.
start thinking for
Throw
something more.
candlelight at people.
Yeah. So you can do things like create flame in your hand and stuff now.
Yes.
Sage. And as you
And it
go
won't
on,
burn me
that's right.
because it's on my person.
It's such a tough power for a vampire. So I have some flame, just any vampire, and they've got old checks.
Apparently,
Yeah,
if
you
someone's
can-
holding me though, and I encase myself on fire, it's not going to hurt them either,
Right.
according to what the book says.
It's not real fire.
No, it's
But I
weird,
can hurt. Apparently, I can hurt people as long as it's not on my person,
Right.
because it's
Yeah.
it's safe for me while it's here.
Nah, it is a
From
very
what I
tough
read of it.
path.
I'm gonna have to learn a bit more about it. Read
I
everything.
think eventually you can boil people's blood.
That's
That's
under
it.
taste for blood and blood
Mm.
rage.
That's
This is
level 5
this is
thaumaturgy.
Uther's specialty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Specialty.
Um,
Fire.
right. Uther, what I think will happen is Uther will probably teach you one level of each path, and then go and rotate back through them.
Yeah.
Rather than go all the way to the end of any given path first.
I like
Your
that.
foundations and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Over decisions, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, sounds
Yep.
good.
Yep.
Uh,
Cool bananas.
I really like I like the storm one, but it
Right.
doesn't really have a lot of handiness to it, but I like it. It's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Yeah. You could make money out of it by predicting the weather.
Cool.
I think at some point I'd like to spend some in status as well and get another dot in my status.
Oh.
Because I'm already
That's-
neonate.
That's one thing. Like with backgrounds, like it was like a background thing, right? Like when you make your character, that
Yeah.
you can just get them now if you earn them through RP, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing is like you don't really need to spend XP on status. I wouldn't bother.
Right.
You can literally just have you obtain whatever status you get through the relationship that you have through the NPCs.
Yep.
Directly.
Yeah, do it. Make
cool.
friends.
I am. And
Yeah,
blood goes in random places.
that's.
So is that the
that's so
same with
true.
disciplines too? Or if you get taught it, then you don't need to spend XP?
Well, you have to spend the XP to
Okay.
get to you have to get taught it and spend the XP. In order to spend the XP, you have to get taught it.
Okay.
With skills, you have to practice them in order to spend the XP. Now, to be fair, these are my rules. These are not necessarily in the book per se.
It kind of makes
so-
sense though.
It makes
Like,
sense.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's-
unfortunately, I just can't go out and be real good at maths just tomorrow because I could.
I found after long play, like with where we were playing like 5 days a week for several years at one point, and we got to the point where characters were just ridiculous. So I instituted the system where we had what we called skippy points, where every time you got an actual 10, if you roll a 10, that's a skippy point. 10 skippy points adds up to an experience point. So you could literally, by succeeding at something, actually ones could do it as well. If you roll a 1 or a 10, you
Right.
can get
That's cool.
because by botching something you also learn, right?
Hmm.
So you can practice doing things, making rolls, collecting skippy points, adding them up into XP, and then spending them on the stats that you're actually learning or practicing, which is pretty cool and quite realistic, Otherwise,
That's the old Oblivion Elder Scrolls method.
right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, by running you get faster at running.
Hmm.
It makes a lot of sense, right? Anyway, I shall love you all and leave you.
Yeah, that was
Sweet.
fun.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. See you
Have a
next
good
week.
one all and a good
Yeah,
week.
Thank you.
We'll see you
Bye,
soon.
bye.
Thank you for coming, and 再见, as they say in China.
再见.
See you all.
Bye bye.